Welcome to the Hold My Cape podcast, the movie news and review show. I've got to buy new comment. I'll give you the key. I know the next words. Hi guys, what is up? Welcome to Hold My Cape, the show where we talk movie news and reviews. We've got structure this time. I'm your host, Fish, with all my other hosts who are going to politely introduce themselves right now. Let's see who gets there first.
Simon.
There we go. Look at him, rapid as fucking E.
I was like, do I do it first? But he's like, I want to do it.
Oh, mega! Yeah.
Who is next?
Are you going to finish?
I'm Tom, also known as the Apex Gecko. And then looking like a Banksy picture, is that Mook?
It's me!
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
It's me. What a reveal, eh? What a reveal. Yeah, it's me, Liam.
It's been an interesting week this week, hasn't it, Mook? What have you been up to?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, my next business scheme's kicking off. So, yeah. So, as soon as Trump announced the cure for coronavirus, I was running around all the local shops, buying as much bleach as I could, because it's going to be the next toilet roll. Mark my words. So, my book sale from a couple of weeks ago fell through. Everything's been going wrong. But I've got the bleach, I've got the cure, double prices, but I can do you mates rates.
Yeah, but what bleach is it though? Because I'm a big fan of Toilet Duck personally.
Every kind.
Even Mr. Muscle.
Mr. Muscle.
Absolutely. Domestos Ultra fucking.
If you need it, it's there.
What are we drinking this week? Look what I've got.
What we're drinking? Oh.
I've got this Jim Beam Double O.
See, I'm jealous of this. Really am.
What, this?
That sounds quite nice.
So I've never seen it in shops.
It's nice.
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah,
Steve.
Jim Beam is nice.
Wasn't in the bleach aisle.
Steve's master collection.
Well, I'm just drinking the same thing as I was last time. GZ
Yeah.
Hunt.
He's got
I'm
no
drinking
taste.
what remains of this. White and McKay's.
White McKay.
This is an affordable.
Why don't you just get one of those
whiskey.
massive bottles from behind you, Tom?
I know, get one of those bottles from behind you.
These have sadly been drank. these are past.
The past tense bottles.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Mook?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh. There's boys
I
drinking.
spent all the money on bleach.
There's always one sober one, isn't there?
Got bleach.
Every chat
Hang
there's
on,
always one.
whoa. He said absolute nothing. Is that Absolute's new vodka flavour?
Oh, exactly.
Oh, you can't tell you're drinking it. You just get fucking smashed. It's as simple as that. Do you want to get fucked without knowing about it? Absolutely nothing. We'll get you sorted.
No, absolute nothing.
Absolute nothing.
Did I, was it during the podcast I mentioned me buying new figures yesterday? Buying new figures this week, or was it afterwards?
Yeah. I think...
Oh, that one where you were bidding on it? That Spider-Man one? Yeah. And I was like, how much?
I've got him here, look.
I think it might have been afterwards. Nice.
Oh, look at that. Why is his thighs so like...
Because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but...
Imagine all the jumping he does.
Yeah, but look at his thighs. He's got 3 sections to his thigh.
Woo!
Whoa!
That's why it's tried extra articulation. Otherwise,
Whoa! Gee, whoa! That is not something kids want to see.
well, we're not a fucking kids show, Tom. Yeah, and then you just
The
you
following
can
show
unmask him
contains
as well. You can unmask him. You ready?
Jesus Christ.
Nah, he has another head that goes on with slightly wider eyes and stuff.
You can unmask him.
And then I got
Always.
my Iron Man here as well, who you can see behind me. I'm going to make that picture bigger in a minute. Look at this.
Ooh.
Nice.
His feet are made of metal.
Nice. At least there's a bit of weight so you can stand it properly.
Yeah. Right. You ever see Iron Man do that in films, do you? Or this. Oh, he only goes that wise. No, he doesn't really. His legs pop down, look. He goes wider.
Yeah.
Oi.
My casual bit where I put a shirt on every podcast. Put a shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, no shit, now I've got his legs stuck.
The traditions we have on this podcast. Eh?
I know, right?
We've got Liam Mook's business ventures, me dressing myself, Simon being
Dick.
Simon. And,
There you go, I made this picture bigger. You see
where's
Iron
the
Man and all of
button?
his
I
glory.
can't find button. The buttons are spaced out. There we
Well,
go, there's the
leave
button.
it. You're not exactly going out anywhere.
Yeah. So,
I'll
as I
have you
say,
know, I have I have a date tonight.
What were your hand again?
So this week, last week, we didn't have much of a structure going on. The show was a bit here, there, and everywhere. I'm talking. Shut the fuck up. So it kind of went here, there, and everywhere. But this week we've got a little bit of a thingy going. We've got news, then we've got talking point, then quiz, which I forgot about until just now, and then we've got film review. So the film we're reviewing today is Chris Hemsworth's new film. It's called
Extraction.
John Odinson.
No, it's
It's John Wick's Australian adopted child.
Oh, yeah. My headphones do my head in. I've got this cap on because my hair's getting out of control, and I don't own.
This is why I've got this on.
I don't own a snazzy bandana like Tommy Boy.
I actually do have a bandana somewhere. I just don't.
Of course you do, Simon.
Put it this way: if I had this bandana off, my hair, no joke, goes down to here.
Yeah, but you have long hair anyway. I'm used to having short hair.
No, I get mine cut so it just covers my ears.
Yeah, which is quite long, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah.
Just like it comes to like there.
Yeah.
It's not long.
That's not long.
Look at the
comments,
length.
is Tom's hair long?
Now it is, yeah. You wait till I get it cut and then it's
Probably
short.
like the exact opposite of Outram.
Yeah.
We don't use names.
No. He is.
Tap it out.
He gets his hair cut a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not now.
I stream with him. It's fine. Anyway.
Once a week.
Yeah,
So,
onto the news.
Onto the news. We move on to our anchor man, Simon Willinson.
Oh.
What's the news this week?
Don't know where to start. I mean, I've got so many.
He's got notes. I've told him to write notes, guys, so he seems intelligent.
And I literally have written, for the first time, I've literally written notes.
Oh, the meeting's been upgraded.
Well, yeah, it says that every time.
We've got more than 40 minutes.
Fun tip. I use a different email every week.
Oh,
So,
clever girl.
Shut up, Tom. Movie news.
Movie news.
We've got Now You See Me 3 has been confirmed by Lionsgate.
Go on.
Well, I haven't seen Now You See Me 1, 2, and those are third one.
Now You See Me 1 and 2. They made just under $700 million.
What, each or overall?
Overall. Like, just under.
And that's supposed to be like an underachievement, is it? 700 million?
No, that's good, that, you tit.
Yeah,
you could solve a lot of world problems with that money.
But on where I read it, it was they're planning on either doing the original cast or they might just get an entirely new cast and like do do
an X-Men revamp.
No, like
fucking timelines.
Like with the new cast, they'll do like a new sort of spin on it.
Mm.
Be funny, wouldn't it? Now you see me, it's like new cast. It's like, hey, I don't remember you.
You're different.
They're going to be planning on doing a fourth one after it. It's called You Can't See Me, starring John Cena.
Oh, that was shit. Your time is up. Your time is now.
But,
you can just about see me 'cause my hands are massive.
So,
I don't know.
My head's like a giant toe.
So, has anyone seen one or two or both?
I've seen them.
Honestly,
Yeah,
God, right,
I
I've never heard
enjoyed
of these films. Explain what these films are.
Basically, right, it's a bunch of criminals, but they're all like really good magicians, innit?
Oh yeah, I've seen that, and it's got that guy who played Lex Luthor in the Batman.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
And he's all the card tricks and that. Yeah, it's got Bruce Banner as a magician guy.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Buffalo, yeah.
Buffalo.
And it's got Thingy's brother in it.
Oh yeah, that guy. I know him.
Oh yeah, Thingy's brother. Everyone knows Thingy's brother.
Dave Franco.
Oh yeah.
And what's the girl called?
I don't know.
Changes the girl anyway.
I can't think of the girls now. But yeah.
Who's the girl anyway?
I've watched 1 and 2, but I thought number 1 was the best one.
Yeah,
but the second one was quite good though. When they're in that, plane.
Second one had Harry Potter.
When I think they're going in the plane and it opens up, it's like,
better.
we fucking got you. Like,
it had Daniel Radcliffe in it. But I was disappointed with the second one. I thought they could have made it a bit better.
Why?
Yeah, but the problem with most
all I remember is that
most films, like
the
problem with most films is that the first one's really good. The second one has like an achievement, like Deadpool, for example. The first one was amazing. The second one was a bit.
I like the second one.
I really enjoyed it.
Don't get me wrong. I've watched it about 50 times, but I think the first one's better.
Yeah.
I really like the second one.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that they use the original cast.
What's going on with Mook here?
I know,
I was trying to. Oh, there we go. Trying to work out so I can appear in real life.
Are you lit
also
out?
Jar Jar Binks, because it's
all that bleach he's drinking. It's like burning his skin away. So like every now and again, his skin just like dematerializes. Don't
Star
drink
Wars
bleach,
in it,
kids.
so Darth Jar Jar then.
Oh yeah, we haven't.
So
yeah. Moving
We'll
on.
do a Star Wars quiz.
I mean,
shout, mate, shout.
Would you want to see the original cast, or would you want to see a brand new cast?
I'm not with the original cast.
I'd prefer a normal cast, but overall I'm not bothered because it's been that long since I've seen him anyway.
It changes anyway. The girl changes in the two films.
If you've done the first one and the second one, and you've got pretty much like 80% of the main cast staying the same,
such changes.
I'd keep it the way it is, because that way it's more relatable for the people watching.
If
I don't think anyone cares. It's been too long, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while,
if it was more like of a recent, do you know what I mean? Like if it come out not long ago, the second one, then maybe. But now
true.
you see me.
Isla Fisher, that's the one.
Isla Fisher is in the first one, yeah.
They change it. The girl, when they do the second one, the actress isn't available, so they change it.
No, Lizzie Kaplan.
Oh.
See, that's how memorable they were. So you don't really need the same cast if you can even remember who it changed.
Yeah, and it's got
Michael
Caine.
Well, I think
it's just like copy and paste of the cast of Zombieland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it's written by the same. Oh.
Is it written by the same guy? Simon hitting us up with the facts here.
Ooh.
Doesn't do that very often, so it's very exciting when he does.
He's checking his notes. It's just a drawing of a house, mummy and daddy, and a tree.
I've only written like a few.
There's a swing set outside
so
too.
We could, like, bounce off each other.
What else you got? What more news have we got?
So,
my back.
There's rumours saying that Darth Vader's going to might return in the future Star Wars films.
How do you mean?
How?
What future Star Wars
Tell
films?
us more.
Well, because obviously there's Kevin Feige has took over Star Wars, hasn't he?
Who?
From Kevin Feige,
Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
I thought you said Kevin Page. It's like, who the fuck's Kevin Page?
Yeah, it was Kevin Page.
Fudge, or however you pronounce it.
Fudge. Kevin Fudge.
Let's call him Kevin A4.
Kevin
A4.
He hasn't taken over Star Wars at all. He's producing a film.
You'll need a lot of money
He's not taking over.
Gain access to Star Wars. That is a gold mine of cinematography. That will cost you bare dollar.
No, because he works at Disney, doesn't he? And Disney own Marvel and Star Wars, so Disney could just be like, do us there.
You can produce the film.
But there may be a Star Wars Old Republic movie coming out in 2021.
Please.
And Keanu Reeves is rumoured to be in it.
Amazing. This
sounds also Feige or what?
Feige
may include Ahsoka Tano with Brie Larson linked to the role after she said she wants in on the Star Wars. So
I heard that she'd already been cast.
To get herself covered and painted.
I thought it was being cast. Yeah.
That woman from Daredevil, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not Brie Larson.
Yeah.
No.
I thought that's a good cast though.
Yeah, it looks a lot like her, to be fair. I've seen fan art of it and stuff. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not called the Old Republic, is it? It's called.
The only problem with this is, right, for those die-hard Star Wars fans who play, like obviously you've seen probably on YouTube, like the Star Wars, The Old Republic cinematography, like not like the trailers for the games, they're amazing. You think, oh my god, if it was like a animated movie, it'd be like the best thing since like fucking
the cutscenes for the.
If they do anything like the other Star Wars films, it'll be a disaster, though, won't it?
To be honest,
yeah, it will be.
If Keanu Reeves does appear in a Star Wars film, then I think it should be like a film set just before Phantom Menace, where Keanu Reeves plays Qui-Gon Jinn.
Because the Old Republic is set way before.
Hundreds of years before.
Hundreds of years, yeah.
No, but the one
it's basically when the Sith were like more dominant. It was like the proper Sith Wars.
I've seen like a little, not concept art, but like a little video of him as a Jedi with a green lightsaber. He looks mint.
Like, do you know on the new films where like Luke Skywalker has in books the ancient texts? Basically, the Old Republic is set back in them times, from what I understand. So it's very ancient. Like it's the beginnings of the Force and the Sith.
Yeah.
And it's like an all-out war.
The High Republic.
Yeah.
It's called the High Republic, not the Old Republic. The Old Republic's a different, era of Star Wars altogether, isn't it?
Oh, so it's set after that then?
It's set 400 years before the Phantom Menace.
Ooh, fucking hell.
So Yoda's like 500.
Yeah. I mean, obviously
450 years old, something like that, isn't he?
Obviously, Vader appeared in Rogue One. I think it was like towards the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. Best scene of the film.
Time.
Yeah, there goes.
But like I said, there is potential returns.
Hey, I know the guy who played Darth Vader in that film.
Go on.
Met him. Spencer Wilding, yeah, I've met him. He was at Whitby Comic Con.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I met him.
What else? Right. What other news have you got, Simon?
Went for drinks with him at Abbey Wharf. Went for drinks with him, and he bought me a drink. I had a chat with him. He's a fucking unit.
There's also rumours that Rey is going to get her own solo movie, and it's going to be apparently it's going to be set after the Rise of the Skywalker. So
you got a top hat and a monocle. All right, Governor, it's me, Rey.
It's going to be called Star Wars.
So it's going to
Rey. Somehow Skywalker.
Star Wars, the Courtney edition. All right, Governor.
Can I fucking speak, please?
Yeah, go on then.
I'm trying to fucking say the news.
I'm sorry.
So it's going to be set after Rise of Skywalker, and it's going to be based on the aftermath of it. So it's like what she's going through after it. Because obviously you don't find out much, really, do you? I
kind of like the idea of that. I just don't like her.
I think she's a good character.
It's like, do you know like the person who played the acting for Twilight, the woman in that?
No, she's loads better than her. She's a good actor. It's just
but I still think that
it's
that
just
role's,
her character's shit.
I mean, if they're gonna do that, like after the Skywalker thing, obviously with her lightsaber being yellow, it's kind of the like. Is it Grey Order? So she's gonna like start off.
Yeah, is it a Grey Jedi or?
Yeah,
I like the way she
created a new order.
She turned the lightsaber on, where normally it's like a button, isn't it? Where she just like she flicked sort of like
twists. Yeah.
The problem with this is, the only problem with this is if she starts a new order and recruits new people, obviously it's going to lead into more because you can't have the balance. They're going to create Jedi order.
Yeah, they need the so Sith will pop up one.
It's going to break off. Yeah.
What else, Simon?
Have
you got anything else?
No, but obviously that movie review that we're going to be reviewing, I've got add-on to that. For Extraction. So.
Cool.
We'll wait for that then.
Before we move on to actually, I've completely forgot. I was going to write a list of people who have played characters in DC and Marvel.
Don't worry, I've done it.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway, before we get on to that,
here's the man with the knowledge.
He's on point.
I'm pointing that way because he's that way on my screen. It could be there. It could be there. It could be right here for all I care.
Down here.
I'm in the top right corner.
Down there.
Yeah.
Liam's in the bottom underneath me. Tom's.
No, you're underneath me on mine. You're here.
I think it always puts you in the top right. Anyway, I watched a few films this week. Anyone watch any films? Before we obviously move on to the quiz and that. Before we move on to our talking points.
I watched a funny film. So I was on Netflix, bored one night. I was like, well, what can I watch? I typed in like war section, obviously, because I watched like World War II in colour and stuff like that. And this film popped up saying it's like a Vietnam film. It's like war-based guerrilla or Gloria or something like that. And I thought, it sounds pretty meh. I'll watch it. And by God, it's the funniest Vietnam War film I've ever seen in my life. It's banter. So you got people with bandanas on, like Marines, with M16s, like, rather than doing this, like aiming, they're like, and it's so funny. It's so funny. It's just batshit, but it's like it follows like a true story in a sense. It's pretty decent. It's quite a fun film. If you've got time, like watch
10?
a classic. Out of 10, I'll give it like a 6.
I got some sweets this week.
That isn't really like
some jelly babies. These are little zone.
Was babies.
Babies. I've got babies. Jelly babies. These are little zone. These are on par with proper branded jelly babies. Anyway,
hey, shout out to Lidl. They're beans and sausages, right? The Newgate ones. They're better than the Heinz, right? The 45p. The sausages full of flavour. The beans are amazing. Get them bought. Fuck you, Heinz.
Oh, my cape, sponsored by Lidl.
Back to the subject.
Yeah, you watch any films this week, Simon, other than the obvious?
I watched another series as well on Netflix. You can finish it. You can finish. You can finish. I'll let you finish. Go on, finish.
Oh, you will? Yeah, that's kind of. No, I've not really been watching much things on Netflix, any movies. I've been getting up to date on The Mandalorian, and I've been watching a bit of the Clone Wars on Disney Plus. So, yeah.
What do you think of Mandalorian?
Yeah, I think it's really
Is that
good,
because
actually.
of the fall?
No, it's just because I've been watching it.
Because I watched The Mandalorian before it came out.
No, you didn't. You've just finished watching it recently.
Well, I watched it before it came out. I got access to it via legal means because of my prestige in the world.
What are you doing?
From what I don't know, I'm sort of reclining on a chair that doesn't recline, which is bad for your back.
Reclining into the Jack Daniels.
I don't have Jack Daniels. I Jack Daniels for months.
Behind you.
Oh yeah. God damn it. But yeah, Mandalorian, it's very slow, and obviously you watch it for Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian himself, and like other characters like Bill Burr and stuff like that.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, he's the bald guy with the 2 guns. He's an amazing character. But it's very slow. It's very much filler, and then at the end, like stuff starts happening, and it ends. That's what I'm annoyed about.
Filler. It's only got like 6 episodes on it.
It is all filler, though, isn't it? Like the first 2 episodes are connected. The last episode, or the last 2 episodes are connected, and the middle one's just filler. But I think it's intentional in it, so you get to know the characters. You get to know.
You get drawn in by it because the soundtrack's amazing. The battle scenes are fucking.
Well, the action is on point.
Yeah. Apart from that one scene, spoilers, where the AT-ST captured thing comes out, it's pitch black. You can't see shit.
I like that. I thought that was good.
No, because
I like the visuals for that.
If you look into that on the concept art, it's more sort of bright and there's more explosions, there's more effects.
It's still a TV show budget, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's Disney, so it's got the budget to do it. You know what I mean? So it's got more of a budget.
Yeah.
And it just seems a bit dulled down. But other than that, it's really good. I love Baby Yoda.
Out of 10.
But it's not Yoda though. It's like the same.
Yeah,
species.
it's not. It's a different species. But out of 10, I'd give it a 7.5.
Nah, I'd give
it about an 8.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it about an 8.5.
Just because of the cliffhangers and that's what I've done it down for.
What have you been watching anything this week, Moog?
The Grudge by looks of it.
Is that a no?
I don't think I have. I watched the first half of Afterlife season 2.
I've watched all of that.
What is that about?
What's
it's about the Lord of the Underworld, Hades. I've got some news I completely forgot about. Where's my phone?
No, explain that first.
Right, so it's basically about this guy who loses his wife to a cancer, and he's proper depressed about it, and he's trying to kill himself, and every time he does, something...
Oh, is that the Ricky Gervais thing?
Yeah, it's brilliant, honestly. But it's
I've heard good things. Yeah, here's the weird thing. Like, I generally thought Ricky Gervais' partner died of cancer. I didn't realize it was a TV show.
Wow.
That's how like out of the world in context. I thought like that actually happened.
No,
I didn't realize it was a TV show until I recently found it on Netflix.
It is funny, but like there is like sort of
just some like quite
things, but I don't like
big comedians in it from like Mock the Week and that who starred in the show.
And also 8 out of 10 Cats does countdown that guy with the really bushy beard, and he looks like
Joe Wilkinson. Yeah. Let's play fucking Countdown. That guy, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's really funny in this. But obviously, Tom, watch it like from season 1. It's brilliant.
I'll give it a watch.
You'll enjoy it.
Pretty good.
Me and the wife were just like laughing so much. All right.
It's Simon's tiny dick. Anyway.
Well, what is your news? Because I've got some more stuff I watched on Netflix.
Let me talk about what I watched recently first.
Yeah,
I rewatched The Transporter today. Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
I call him Yathan.
It's not as good as I remember. I feel like the second one's the one that I remember being like really good. But it's
There's 3 of them films, isn't there?
Yeah, the third one's garbage. And then there's a
reboot. I like the third one with that redhead woman in it.
I don't like it.
It's just funny. It's funny.
Which one's the one where the kid gets kidnapped from the doctors?
Second one, I think.
It's been that long since I've watched them. I can't remember. Like, I know the first one.
You watched them this week?
No, I watched the first one. The first one's the Asian woman who gets transported, and he's like, "Oh, rule number 2: don't open the package." Yeah. So yeah, I watched that. That's great. That's pretty good. And I watched. It's quite hard for me to say this, but did you? I don't know. I don't know how to put this. So
I'm taking a breath in.
I'm a massive fan of this not a massive fan, but I'm quite a big fan of this franchise, right? I messaged the group about it the other day.
Oh, you did, yeah. This is that thing where you guess it, and I'll spoil it for you in the podcast.
Oh, I've just downvoted a message from Simon by accident.
Thanks.
Let me find what I wrote, and then
only positive thing.
Guess. So, let's scroll past loads of all the bitching. Right. So, baby girl woke up and wouldn't sleep, so I watched a film that I haven't watched before, a film that belongs to a franchise I really like and enjoy. I didn't like this film. I'm going to talk about this emotionless train wreck tomorrow. Guess what it is, and I'll tell you.
None of us could guess.
It's an emotional train
wreck. Motionless.
It's emotionless
shit.
It's not that film where it's like 5 emotions, is it?
No, because that's really good.
That was dreadful.
Inside Out.
Yeah, I watched that film, right? I was like, no kid should watch this. It's depressing as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't say it was happy. But
like, kids in like that fragile mind of state should not watch that film.
You
got any ideas? You got any ideas, Boo?
I absolutely loved it.
None of us have.
Don't watch up.
None of us have seen it. None of you have seen it anyway that I'm aware of.
Big Hero 6.
No, that's a good film as well. I don't like the film that I watched. I don't like it.
Oh.
It's a film I don't like.
It's part of a franchise, so there's more than one.
Yeah.
I was going to say Sector 8. But...
No, I watched that as well.
Indiana
That's really
Jones.
good. Code 8, you mean? No.
Star Trek?
No.
What genre is it? What category would you put it in?
Big blockbuster action movie.
Die Hard?
No.
What, Transformers?
No, I've seen all of those and they're all shit apart from the first one and the recent one.
Need for Speed? Because they're garbage.
There's only one of them.
They're games, Tom.
Oh.
There is a Need for Speed movie though.
Yeah, but nobody talks about it because it's garbage.
Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious.
No, Fast and the Furious is beautiful.
No. Tokyo Drift is the main one you want to watch. That's it.
No.
That's crap.
No, they're all really good.
Nah, I like Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift is the only one that involves racing and like a bit of like the gangsters and that, which ties into it. Other than that,
the first two.
Can you at least tell us which franchise it is?
No, because you'll know what it is straight away.
It's not Toy Story.
It's not Toy Story. I've seen them way too many times.
It's not Power Rangers.
It's not Power Rangers.
Cars.
It's not Cars. I've seen all them. They get... First one's good, second one's shit, the third one's meh.
Hang on,
Monsters University.
How's
No,
Cars
I like that.
got action in it?
Have you seen Cars, Simon?
No.
Well, there you go. Don't.
Oh, that what about that snail? Is that snail one? Isn't there?
No, it's not. It's not animated. It's live action. It's taken a lot longer than I expected.
God.
Fantastic Beasts.
Jumanji.
No, I haven't seen Jumanji. I do want to see the new Jumanji. I've seen.
I did that my eyes.
Don't like Harry Potter films. I like the original ones, but I don't like the spin-offs.
Fish, just tell us because we're going to be here all night.
I'm trying to think of a clue.
The Hobbit.
It's not The Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings.
It's owned by Disney. Recently.
That narrows it down, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
Jurassic World.
No.
Jurassic Park.
No.
It's.
You'll. Oh, none of you have seen it. It's a live action movie.
How do you know?
Property. Trust me, I know you haven't seen it. It's a live action.
How many films is it? How many films is it?
There's.
From what you can think, how many films is there? Let's try and narrow it down because there's.
This is the 9th film in the franchise.
Fuck off. 9th.
9.
What is it?
Of a franchise that you enjoy, but this film you didn't like, and none of us have seen it.
9.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's owned by Disney.
Disney 9.
Only recently owned by Disney. It's originally a Fox property.
And it's live action.
Oh, one of the X-Men films. Oh,
yeah.
Mutants or something.
No, that's not out yet.
Oh, no. What's the last one called?
X-Men.
Yeah, it was X-Men. Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Is that the brand new one?
That's the newest one.
The newest one, yeah.
Yeah, because the trailer, let's be fair, the trailer spoiled the entire fucking plot of the film.
It has been officially confirmed as the biggest box office flop of 2019.
I'm surprised.
It was shit. Right, so I started watching it, and because I know the characters, it's quite easy for me to get into, so I could sit and happily watch it. You know what I mean?
Did you just say happily watch it? You mean
casually?
Watch it?
I said casually watch it.
You said happily.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I could happily, casually watch this film. Like, I could whack it on and I could sit and watch it. Because I know the characters. There's no character progression. 2 main characters die. I'm just going to spoil this film. Do you mind if I spoil this film?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to watch it because I've seen the trailer, so I've already watched it.
Mook?
Yeah, don't watch it now.
Right.
I'm not going to be watching it now.
So, 2 main characters die, right? The first person to die is Raven. Right? Nobody cares.
Don't know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
You know who Raven is? Raven.
An X-Men.
The shapeshifter.
Oh, the blue girl.
Mystique, sorry.
I'm blue, dabba dick.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Raven.
Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, why'd you say Raven?
I don't know why I said Raven.
You mean in Teen Titans, Raven?
Maybe that's where I was getting that from.
Yeah,
but
she didn't shapeshift either.
She dies.
Mystique.
The only person that cares are Charles Xavier, Magneto, and Beast. I don't know. It just felt like nothing.
That kind of makes sense though. Why they would care compared to everyone else.
The rest of the X-Men didn't care. Quicksilver, he's in at the beginning, right? He has this slow-mo. When they first fight Jean, when she first turns evil, he has this slow-mo bit. Right, it's all blowing up, and he goes, runs, and then he just stops. She looks at him, and he goes flying, and that's it. You don't see him ever again. You don't know if he's dead. You don't know if he's just too scared.
Might still be flying.
Storm. You see him hit a wall. You see him stumble and go.
Oh.
But you don't know if he's dead. I don't think he is because nobody mourns him. Storm, I don't know if you know, but Storm is one of the most powerful mutants in the X-Men universe. She can control the weather, at will. Literally, she may as well be a really underpowered Electro. She's shit. She just fires electric at people. That's all she does.
So basically, Storm becomes Vision in the Avengers Endgame.
Just gets underpowered and
because Vision should be able to fucking kick ass, but he didn't. He's just like, it's like, pussy, you got a stone in your head, use it.
No, yeah. So she's underpowered. There's one kind of pretty decent action scene at the end. Like they're all on a train, and I think the Skrull. They don't look like Skrulls. They just look like generic green aliens with shape-shifting powers, and they're super strong. And I don't know. It's just not very good. I couldn't get with it at all. Like I didn't enjoy any of it. There's a really cool part where a helicopter crashes and Magneto dodges a blade. There's a bit where Jean's trying to crash a helicopter and he's there going, I can't hold it any longer. Because she's more powerful than him, obviously. But it's just shit. Like I didn't like it. I can't put my finger on. Like there's no emotion. The acting's subpar, and the plot's rushed.
It's like I enjoyed the one before that because of the like. Well, actually, the acting was really good. Like the guy who plays Poe Dameron in the Star Wars, he plays the evil guy, doesn't he?
Oh, Apocalypse! I kind of like Apocalypse. I got on with Apocalypse. I had fun with it, but
the soundtrack to that was amazing. You had Tanika in there with 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse. Great song.
It doesn't make any sense that film though.
What?
Apocalypse can do it all himself anyway. He doesn't need the rest of him.
No, they're pretty.
Spends the movie getting these horsemen for fuck all.
Yeah, but the horseman he got was shit. That's the point. Like it's just pointless.
Didn't need him anyway, did he?
No, he didn't need him.
Magneto kind of played a part, but that's it.
He can kill people with sand.
But it's like it's like Thanos with the Chitauri. He doesn't need the Chitauri, but
he does in Endgame, doesn't he? He doesn't in Infinity War, but he does in Endgame. He hasn't got the stones, does he?
Well, he kind of does anyway. He needs them in all of them because he separates the people out and that, doesn't he? He can't take over the planet himself.
Yeah.
There's only one man in it. Whereas Apocalypse is like just he's already got power, hasn't he? What does Psylocke do?
Oh.
What does Angel do? Psylocke's the one with the purple like.
Angel dies, doesn't he?
What's the point?
Didn't Angel die in Apocalypse?
Forgettable movie. Shite.
He was like the worst one. It was like no point in him being there.
I watched Apocalypse and I can't even remember it.
It just says
I remember
what I don't like as well is how powerful they showed Xavier to be in that film in Apocalypse, and then in this new one, it's quite funny actually. It made me giggle a little bit. So all the bad guys get into the train, and the mutants, the X-Men have all been locked up because they've caused like a lot of damage in the middle of a city or something, like in a street. The Magneto pulls a train out of the ground, which is pretty cool. He kind of walks into a building with it just casually behind him. Looks pretty cool. And Jean Grey just flicks him away pretty much. But all the bad guys get onto this train and they've all got superpowers. And they're all super strong and they're killing all the guards to this prison train. And the last guard lets all the X-Men free and they all stand like this, ready to go. And because they're aliens, Xavier is pretty much useless. He can't read the minds. And he goes... And the camera pans away from him. And you're like, yeah, because you're fucking shit, mate. You can't do nothing. But I thought that made me giggle a little bit because he just looks useless. Like he loses his wheelchair. And he has to be dragged everywhere for the last half an hour of the film.
Nice.
It's just, yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. I have, anyway, my little bit of news before you talk about what films you watched, Tom. Disney's live-action Hercules is in the works with the Russo brothers producing. Disney is working on a live-action remake of its animated Hercules adaptation. Anthony and Joe Russo from Avengers Endgame are producing. I don't know if it's going to have. I don't know if it's going to be a musical or what. But I liked Hercules. It's one of the ones that I can kind of see the point of it getting a live action remake, like Mulan.
It kind of deserves one though because it's such a classic. And it hasn't been revamped, and it should be because it's really iconic. Yeah. Like you've got Meg, for example. She's a very strong woman character, which is more relevant today than it was in the past. So it makes sense.
It seems to not get much love as well. Like whenever you go to like a jewelry shop, there's like Lion King ornaments, and there's Aladdin and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they'd be more advertised than that one.
And there's never a Hercules thing. Hercules merch is quite difficult to find. So, yeah, and I think Chris Evans would be a good Hercules, personally. Chris Evans from Captain America.
I don't know.
Why?
As long as I don't get Rock to do it.
Basically Hercules in Captain America.
As long as I don't, I'd say Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, don't get fucking The Rock to do it.
Rock's done it, hasn't he? Rock's already done it, mate.
Yeah, but it wasn't
I like that film, mate.
I liked it. I thought it was quite good.
What do you mean?
Are you the legend, or are you just a myth? I am Hercules. You passed out scene in that filming that scene. So when he's chained up to the rocks and he pulls the big thing down.
Yeah,
he passed out filming that. He put all that. But yeah, that's all the news I've got. Doing a live action Hercules, and I'm happy about it.
I'm happy about that. In terms of Disney,
I have often dreamed of a far off place.
Have you seen on Instagram?
Welcome.
Do you follow The Rock on Instagram?
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of him singing the Moana song to his daughter? And like halfway through, his daughter goes, like, cuts in and like sings. It's beautiful. It's like magical.
Honestly, I can go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. One of us might be just messing around. I could have
remember you singing it.
Yeah,
it sings every song. Honestly, Fish right at work is an absolute jukebox of Disney soundtracks.
Disney songs.
Hang on.
Like, you don't have to pay him. You just press the button and he starts singing.
Let's rephrase that. When we were at work, he was an absolute singer.
Yeah. Are you missing work yet? Are you getting bored? No. You're not getting bored?
I'm missing work a little bit, only if like for you.
Why would I miss some place where it's stressful? It's underappreciated when you're getting paid to do nothing. You can chill out and relax. I've never been happier, more relaxed in my life than I am now.
I kind of miss it a little bit. I'm missing it a little bit because I'm getting a bit bored.
I miss a routine, but the routine was random anyway, so either way you're kind of fucked.
Anyway, what else have you been watching then, Liam? Before we go into our topic.
So I don't know if people are familiar with the show called Last Kingdom, which is based off it's based off a well-known book. It's set in medieval times, well, like early medieval times, like Saxons and Vikings or Danes or whatever you want to call them. And it's season 4 has just been released, like this last Thursday, I think, and it's really good. It follows like a time in English history, which is kind of overlooked, not really taught in sort of our school period, because they sort of skip all the decent bits.
In history at school, I did Crime and Punishment, right? And I thought it was going to be really fun. I failed. The teacher was shit. And I don't know if it was just the teacher, but he made the subject of Crime and Punishment boring.
Yeah, well, they do. Because, like,
mystical man that guy is.
The main things you learn about in school is, like, obviously you learn about the Romans, a little bit the Greeks, the Romans, and then from there it skips all the fucking good bits.
Yeah, a bit of the Saxons.
And it goes World War I, and it's like, yeah, and even then it's fucking false news. So what's the point? If you want to learn more about history, go online, because you'll learn a lot more than you will in schools, because it's all fucking fabricated
to be fair, I think
brainwashing purposes.
I think schools should be teaching more stuff about what you actually will need, like learn out what taxes and how it works and stuff.
We had
a basic economic class.
In like year 10 and year 11, which for those of, I don't know if it's the same in America, I don't think it is, but like that's like your last 2 years before you go into college, which I think is university. What is college in America? Like it's different, isn't it?
It's high school, isn't it?
Is it high school? Yeah, before you go into high school.
Is it no? Because
High School Musical's uni, isn't it?
Is it?
No.
Is it?
I don't know. Before you go into the next step, I did my last 2 years. We had a class called Preparation for Working Life. I'm none the wiser though.
Like, yeah, but even then, it was only CVs.
Yeah, it's just CVs and letters of application and that. But that's all it was.
Yeah, but that's pointless.
I mean, at least they're teaching you something about after school. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
but this is based off the like a good solid novel called Last Kingdom, and the show.
It sounds familiar. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's based off a guy called Uhtred of Bebbanburg, which is like
Bebbanburg.
If not like Bebbanburg is basically Bamburgh Castle, like up north from where we are, and he basically as a child gets separated from because his dad gets killed in battle against the Danes. He becomes a Dane himself because he gets adopted by a well-known sort of Viking. His Viking dad gets killed, and then he sort of ends up back in Saxon hands, and he ends up working his way like King Alfred and stuff like that. And his whole purpose in life is to reclaim the homeland he lost.
Oh.
And it follows that sort of age of
a bit like
Danes
Robin Hood.
invading. Kind of similar
like
sort of concept, but like he's rather than him being like a thief who gives to the rich and gives to the poor, he serves the Saxon lords, becomes a lord himself, and his whole entire purpose is to sort of get his homeland back. Hence the Last Kingdom, because obviously you've got Wessex, Mercia, the Welsh kingdom, which I don't know if it counts. And you've got East Anglia, and then you've got the Northumbria. That's the Last Kingdom, and he's the sort of key to unlocking that. And it's his story. It's pretty good. Like, obviously, read the books because the books are a lot more detailed compared to the show, but the show's pretty decent. So I'd recommend watching it.
What you don't read, Tom?
A little bit. I don't, but my dad's reading the books, and he's kind of pissed off with the show because he's watching the show, and he's like, "Hang on a minute, this is all missing." And I'm like, "Oh, but what's missing?" And he's like, "Oh, read the books." I'm like, "Oh, I'll read the books." So I looked into the books, and there's a lot missing. You have to read the books.
You have to narrow things down, though, don't they, for time and that.
Speaking of Vikings, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shared that.
I was going to watch the trailer and I completely
forgot. This annoys me.
Oh, God, here we go.
Really badly, because you've got the Ezio storyline, which was really good. You had one and two, which was phenomenal. Number 3, Brotherhood, meh. Like, just don't take that out. Revelations, garbage. Then you've got Black Flag, amazing.
Black Flag was mint.
Then you've got the American Civil War one, which was fucking awful. Take it out. Get it out. Get it out. It's garbage. Get it out.
Fire.
Take it out, right?
That was number 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, then you've got the number 5, I think it was. And then you've got the French Revolution one, which was a glitchy fucking mess.
I've heard that was a big clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Like,
take it out.
What was it called?
Unity, because it was all about being. You could play co-op, couldn't you, or something?
Yeah. Then you've got Syndicate, which was the one based in London.
Syndicate was shit.
That was garbage. Get it out.
Garbage.
Then you had what could have been an absolute masterpiece, which was Odyssey, which was set in the Greek Peloponnesian War, which I was buzzing about because I'm really big in the history of Greeks and everything like that.
Sure.
That game was fucking awful. Do you know why?
Go on.
Microtransactions, infinite sort of micro quests, which are basically just copy and paste of previous quests. It's just you get bogged down with shit. So it's garbage. And then you have Origins, which is set in Egypt, a saving grace. But even that's shit.
Which one was
so it? Out of all of them, there's only about 2 that you like them.
Yeah.
It's only Black Flag and the last one.
And the Ezio ones, they were the only ones that saved it.
I'd say the best ones for me is Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio Auditore.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Episode 3 and
Revenge of the
Black
Sith.
Flag and Black Flag.
Black Flag was amazing.
Yeah, but you know why it went horribly wrong? Because they're the classic case of a company that just sold themselves out in it, because they
Well, yeah, they basically went, let's follow EA and be arseholes.
When you look at their history, they said when they first did it, they had a set start and end of like how their games were going to be, and that was going to be their story. And then they realised they were getting money from the games, so they went, oh, we have an end, but the end we can like delay off. It's like you're just shoving games in different time periods just to make cash. They cared less about the story and more about just shoving games in.
With this new one,
Assassin's Creed story though, you follow like from number 1 to the one that's out now. They're following the story, like they're going in time.
Yeah, like the ones with the original ones, like the
I know, but they never used to have this many.
The very first one was a good game, but the combat was so fucking slow and like it was just.
Yeah, I remember. I enjoyed the first one, but when I played the second one, it was so much better. And I never played it anymore. Yeah.
If you look at the history of like the developers when they were doing the games, originally it was only going to be like a 3 or 4 game series, and that would have had their entire story they wanted to tell in 3 or 4 decent games. But then, and that's probably why the first ones are the better ones, because they were the ones sticking to the story. And then they were like, oh, actually, you can shove a game in here. You can shove another time period.
Yeah.
And it just becomes bogged down. And now, who cares now, innit?
Yeah. So
like they're trying again to revamp it with Valhalla, but I mean, it's just another attempt at like, oh, this will be the one that.
The problem with the Valhalla one is, right, they've got a good storyline. Obviously, it's set kind of in the era of that Last Kingdom show, which is kind of where it links in, because it's like you've got a character called Alfred in it, which is like one of the main sort of kings who sort of tried to unite all the warring kingdoms of Saxony into one united sort of front before obviously the Normans invade and you get 1066 and all that sort of shit happening.
0800 1066.
Yeah. So the only way they can do it is if they stick to decent fluent combat, not this buggy fucking messy shit.
Yeah.
A really good followable storyline. Cut out the microtransactions, and I'm speaking directly to Ubisoft. Stop being fucking greedy pricks, because I will come and grab your balls and cut them off. Stop it. Pack it in. You make enough money. Pack it in. Stop ruining it for other people.
Right.
You have something decent. Don't fucking ruin it. All right? Because I'll have you.
Worst thing to happen, microtransactions.
I'll have you. It's pointless. Don't ruin it. You've got an opportunity to bring it back. Learn from your mistakes, like what EA did.
Yeah, EA have like actually spoiled it for me because I've used to play Ultimate Team, like
because you look at Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1. They obviously did that massive thing where they had the season pass of $39.99 to play as France, which was the main sort of thing of World War One. They had to pay $39.99 to play as France rather than America, which was which should have been DLC. On the new one, everything's free. You can play as Japan. Get it in there. It's good. But don't fuck it up.
Right. Moving on with our movie podcast.
Got your back, gamers. Got your back.
I used to be obviously a bigger gamer than I am now. I used to play a lot, but now I literally only play COD because it's all I have time for.
Games you want to play.
I've got loads of games. I just don't have time to play them.
You can play Rainbow Six. You like Rainbow Six?
Fish, you need to give that Star Wars Fallen Order a chance.
I did. I played it for 3 hours.
Nah, it's trying to be Creed, but it fails.
No, I can see why people like it. But
you're like, oh, I'm climbing on the wall.
It's not like Creed. Nothing like Creed at all.
It's just puzzles and that in it. It's not very like.
No, it's got action. It's got a lot of action in it. It's merely action. It's more like Metroid. We've never played Metroid.
I haven't played Metroid. I've seen gameplay of Metroid though.
Yeah, it's Metroid basically like Star Wars, but Metroid. So Simon said he's got a list of people who played in characters in Marvel and in DC.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through them. What are you within your finger?
I've only got 5.
Because I know we said like, oh, I went for a pee before we started, but I've had a drink and I need to pee again. I won't be long. I'm pretty quick.
I'll say whilst Tom's gone, why don't we all have a pee?
No, because I don't need to. I'm not going to force one out.
Oh, only I need a pee, because I can't hold it in. I've got weak bladder.
We're just going to pause the podcast. Anyone watching just got like a 5-minute gap of nothing.
Nah, continue. Continue. You only read out names of characters.
I was going to say, carry on.
Right. So Simon's going to go through his list of characters who have been played by actors in Wait, hang on. We're going to go through his list of actors who've played characters in Marvel and DC. And we're going to go on.
Yeah. I've only got 5.
There's more than 5, though, right? I'm sure there's more than 5.
Yeah, there's more than 5, but I thought there was
I said
other people
between 5 and 1 million.
You said 5, not 1 million.
I said no. I said more than 5, no more than 1 million.
No, you said no more than 5.
No.
Let's hear these 5. Come on.
Hurry up.
Right.
You're taking the piss.
First one is Chris Evans.
Get your shift on.
No, it's Tom taking the piss.
Chris Evans, who played 2 characters in the Marvel Universe. Anyone guess?
Well, Captain America and the Human Torch, isn't it?
Yep. And also, he played a character in the DC Universe. Can you guess that one? Can't say that. No.
Can't say
more than 1, no less. More than 1, at least 1, at least 5, no more than 1 million. Boom. Yeah, he played the guy in The Losers. Can't remember the character though.
Jake Jensen.
Yeah.
Play what?
Losers.
What character is this?
Chris Evans plays who?
He plays Captain America and Human Torch in the Marvel Universe, and in the DC Universe, he plays Jake Jensen in The Losers.
Yes.
Here's what you might not know. He also plays one of the ex-boyfriends in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. It's not Marvel or DC though.
Who's this DC one?
The guy from Losers.
What is this?
You not heard of Losers?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a film called The Losers.
If you look at like the sort of the wallpaper as you were, it sort of looks
this wallpaper.
No, the front screen thing for The Losers. It sort of looks like
the DVD box.
Yeah, DVD box. It sort of looks like an advertisement for Left 4 Dead games.
What is this? I've not heard of a DC film called The Losers.
God.
I'll show you a picture. Hang on. Right. It's basically like I can't even... It was okay. It wasn't absolutely awful, but I can't remember...
It's not memorable, put it that way.
Losers.
Don't you think that looks a bit like a...
I don't know what that is.
Left 4 Dead.
It's got Idris Elba, Columbus Short, Chris Evans, and Oscar Jayenada.
Well, there you go. Idris Elba's in that as well.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is the guy with the baseball bat in Walking Dead. Zoe Saldana, who is Gamora.
Yeah.
Oh, you go. There's 3 or 5 there.
What do you mean 3 or 5?
Please tell me your whole list isn't just in this Losers film.
Yeah, hurry up.
No.
Yeah, Idris Elba as well. Yeah, he played fucking
Christ,
Heimdall, yeah. One of the coolest underused characters in the MCU.
Heimdall, yeah.
So we've got James Marsden, who played Cyclops in the X-Men.
Oh, he played which? Oh yeah, he's like the original Cyclops, isn't he?
Yeah. And then in DC, he played
Mr. Lois Lane's
Richard White.
Lois Lane's boyfriend.
Say boyfriend is Superman. Everyone knows that.
No, but like when she thought he was dead.
He played Richard White in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
The next one, I had to pick it for Tom. Ryan Reynolds as a Deadpool in the Marvel Universe. Look how excited you get. He's like a kid at Christmas. He's like Jimmy Savile in a nursery.
He played Green. He played Green Lantern as well, didn't he?
That is not right. We're cutting that out because that is not a joke for. Fucking.
You say we're cutting this out every time we cut something out. It's Chris that have to do it.
We don't cut anything out.
Good old Jimmy Tickle.
But yeah, to be honest, I did like the Green Lantern film.
Here's a thing for you all. Stop paying your TV license because it's a World War II relic. the reason why you pay your TV
Thanks
license.
for that little aside there, Tom.
So stop paying it. Fuck the BBC. Stop paying.
That,
there you go.
I mean, I don't watch TV anyway, so I don't see why I should be paying.
No.
Anyway.
BBC.
Way off topic here. Look at my hair.
Right. Also,
you see that? It's like a crash helmet.
Also, one for Mr. Fish, the leader, Batfleck. Ben Affleck, who played Batman in Justice League.
Batman.
And also played Daredevil.
Yeah.
In the movie Daredevil.
We don't like that version of it. We don't talk about that though.
I know, but it had to be mentioned.
It's only got one good scene, and that's obviously the one in the park. Like,
yeah.
Remove it.
Last but not least, Michael Fassbender, who played
Michael Fassbender, not Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender,
who played Magneto.
He's not a trendy thing with iPods. The new Fassbenders.
In the newer X-Men's, but he also in the DC universe he played Jonah Hex. No, he played Burke in Jonah Hex.
Did he?
I didn't watch. I did watch Jonah Hex, but I didn't.
What is Jonah Hex? I ain't got a clue.
Oh, it's got Josh. It's also got Josh Brolin. In
Josh Brolin, plays Jonah Hex.
Not a clue.
Why did you say that one then for your list?
Because that's the obvious one.
But which one's Josh Brolin?
What, Ryan Reynolds isn't?
Yeah, but you know.
I ain't got a clue. Sorry.
Josh Brolin played Thanos.
It's Josh
and Cable in Deadpool 2.
And Cable in Deadpool 2, yeah.
Yeah,
and Hellboy in the new Hellboy.
I haven't seen it.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm wrong. Yeah, sorry, ignore me.
Burke, he
did loads of films last year.
He plays Burke, who's like an Irish guy, who's like. So I thought he was quite good in that. To be fair, he was a good baddie.
Good baddie.
And that's the only ones I've got so far.
He's a bad guy.
Would have names.
He's naughty.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
What about there's already been Idris Elba? There you go.
Yeah, but we've already spoke about him now, haven't we?
Just hold on. Hold your horses.
He's getting his dick out.
Mine's been out the entire podcast. So I don't know about you.
It'll take me a while to get it out. So
quicker to pee when you got it out.
I mean, yeah, because you have to discover your magnifying glasses and your fucking microscope, sight equipment and that.
My toilet. What? I'm actually toilets or toilets.
What about here's one for you then, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Oh, who's he? He's Batman.
Yeah. He played.
Vulture. Yeah.
Spider-Man, Vulture.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, good shout that. Liam.
We're so professional. Usually people have lists and.
I'll do it.
Yeah, but you only had 5 people, man. It's hardly a list, is it? It's more of a fucking, I don't know.
I thought
it's like an Instagram challenge, isn't it?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Nominate 5 from 5, name 5.
Yeah. So.
Any more?
Fucking Morpheus. The guy who plays him. Fucking what's his name? He plays
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, yeah. He's in Ant-Man. He plays the guy who, in the comics, is Goliath. And then he plays the newspaper editor in Man of Steel. Can't remember his name.
Hang on.
Again, not a clue.
Thingy.
I
forgot his name. J. Jonah Jameson guy.
J.K. Simmons, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Commissioner Gordon, doesn't he?
Commissioner Gordon and J.J.
We've got Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, Red Skull.
Who was he play over there?
He played Red Skull. Hang on, let me see who plays in the DC. Well, apparently he's Megatron in Transformers.
Yeah, he is.
Dark of the Moon.
My name's Megatron. Starscream. My name is Optimus Prime, and I send this message to all surviving Autobots.
He also plays Agent Smith in the Matrix trilogy.
The Matrix. So have you actually... Yeah. Is he actually in DC, or are you just going through his IMDb page?
No, I've on IMDb it says actors in Marvel and DC. So...
Does it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me this like 5 minutes ago? Where?
I just searched it on Google. Apparently, he's in Babe, Pig in the City. Plays Rex.
Rex?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about what actors playing a character in Marvel could play an unplayed live-action role in DC.
What?
So
actors that we think that might play like
a character
Marvel. So Robert Downey Jr. Who would you?
Yeah, who would you cast Robert Downey Jr. in DC, who hasn't already been in a film?
To be honest, I'd say Green Lantern because he's sort of similar to Iron Man.
How so?
Well,
surely the DC character most similar to Iron Man is Batman.
Yeah, but with Iron Man, but the only similarities with Batman and Iron Man is they're both rich and they're both smart.
That's more than Green Lantern's got.
And they both wear suits.
But Green Lantern's got like a suit that he wears all the time. He just has to go, boom.
Look at me, I look like a tit.
I think he only does that in the films. I don't think he does that in the comics. That wouldn't have to be carried over. I'm pretty sure if they did a new Green Lantern film, they would not include that.
Doesn't it come out of a ring?
Yeah.
He only puts on his suit by going like this.
Yeah, they wouldn't include that.
Jumps off a building and goes.
What other similarities have they got?
Like it's gravity is Kagoolan going.
I mean,
Mrs. Kagools, by the way.
I think RDJ would be a good Green Lantern, to be fair. I mean, there was also rumours that Tyrese Gibson was going to be a Green Lantern.
He still really wants to be a Green Lantern. I like that. Yeah. It looks like him. I don't know if he can act like him, but he looks like him. I think this topic may be a bit of a dead end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. It was almost a good idea. It was half a good idea.
I've got a topic. Marvel actors who went for other roles. So, I've got a list, obviously, because I'm prepared.
Be prepared for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for
we've got
sensational news.
So we've got Chadwick Boseman, also known as Black Panther. He went for the role of Drax.
Really?
Destroyer. Yeah. Apparently he went for the role of Drax the Destroyer.
No wonder he didn't get cast for that.
I couldn't see it like.
Here's a link to that character. He recently did a sort of like a video of himself during lockdown, and people noticed he's lost a lot of weight. Even he looks healthy, but he's lost a lot of weight. The guy who plays Black Panther in the Black Panther movies.
Chadwick Boseman, who won
Chadwick Boseman. He's did a video to say, "Oh, I'm all right during lockdown." And he's lost a lot of weight. Like you can see, sort of like his features and everything.
Next one.
Lost a lot of weight though.
Next one, Karen Gillan as Agent 13.
It's Nebula, isn't it?
Yep.
I could see that though, because it's just for me, Agent 13 is shit. It's just
it's just a pointless character.
Just a woman in it. That's all it is, just a woman.
Get her out of the MCU, if you ask me.
Who's Agent 13 at the moment?
Captain America kisses her in Civil War. I can't remember her actor.
Get her out of the MCU.
Also, this one might be a surprise for you all.
If it's Loki wanting to be Thor, then no, it's not.
I've got a point on that one. Captain America was going to be played by Chris Pratt. So,
I can't do that. My webcam's all the way over here. I could see that. I could see that though.
Fucking hell! Get your face away. But the next one I want to share.
I'm getting these and these removed.
I'm going to share screen. So.
All right.
Yep. Tom Hiddleston as Thor.
This is an obvious one, though, isn't it? Everyone knows about this.
Yeah, but this is his actually audition thing.
Oh, there's video. What?
Yep.
I've got on. I've muted the thing, so there's no voices. Obviously, Tom Hiddleston, as you know, plays Loki.
I've seen this. This is on the 4 DVD, isn't it? Look at him. He looks shit.
No, I've got to admit, he does.
He just kind of looks
like Thor, and he does look good.
No, he doesn't.
But he's better as Loki.
Oh, miles.
Way better as Loki than Thor.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
that's like me picking up a hammer, like.
Nah, he's got muscle on him. He's ripped, but he's not.
He's ripped, yeah, but he's not like bulk. You know what I mean? It's like healthy.
Right.
Muscle.
He hasn't got the jawline, has he? You need for a character like Thor, you need the sort of strong jawline.
If
get rid of this.
These actors had actually been cast as Thor, like as the characters that they went for originally, then we wouldn't have seen. We wouldn't have seen like the people that we have done.
Yeah. Imagine if he did, and then maybe this Extraction film might have been starring Tom Hiddleston instead.
Exactly. Next, we've got Sam Rockwell as Iron Man.
Who's Sam Rockwell? Who's
Sam Rockwell is in Iron Man 2. Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
The guy who...
Best part of Iron Man 2, if you ask me. No problem. It's fucking
Is that a Russian guy with the long hair?
Mickey Rourke.
That's on the stage.
Give me my bud.
My bud. I want my bud.
Also, Lee Pace as Star-Lord. He's the one that plays Ronan, the Accuser.
I don't really know what he looks like about the
he's just covered in makeup, isn't he? He's a decent Ronan, though.
Could give anyone Ronan, though. It's not
big bad guy. Yeah,
he's a really good Ronin.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Ronin.
Is he?
Yeah,
he just kind of stands there.
I feel like any actor could do that.
Yeah, but Ronan's supposed to be like blank of emotion and that. Like he's been like sort of.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Ronan. To be fair.
If anything, Ronan got underplayed in Guardians of the Galaxy because he's meant to be very, very evil and very like sort of.
Yeah, he's got no character development either.
Yeah, just doesn't give a fuck.
So, next one, Michael B. Jordan as Falcon.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that.
I could as well, because he can bulk up and be huge, and then he can be like the slender. Yeah, I work out, but yeah, and he's an amazing actor anyway, so I can see that. You could probably pull that off, I reckon.
Yeah. Next one, Jake Gyllenhaal as Spider-Man.
Nah,
I couldn't see it.
Depends what Spider-Man you want, though, innit? They've got obviously a younger Spider-Man.
You need Andrew Garfield back.
This was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. No, you definitely don't. Maybe
he's not even the best Spider-Man we've got.
To me, it's the best Spider-Man we've got.
No, because it's definitely Tom Holland, Tobey, then Andrew.
Nah, it's definitely...
And if you disagree with that, you're wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Tom Holland, Garfield, and then I wouldn't even class Tobey.
Garfield was so
You wouldn't
bad
class
he didn't
Tobey?
even finish his trilogy.
You wouldn't class...
Garfield was well good as Spider-Man.
He was really good as Batman when he finished his trilogy.
He's the only Spider-Man to have not finished.
So far, because you never know. Spider-Man 3's in the works.
But it should have been there. Like, there's been talks about it. It's like Garfield was like, why they cut me?
Garfield got done in by Sony, didn't he? Basically, but
he was smashed it and let them done
and
it.
also being
Tobey Maguire's a better Peter Parker.
Tobey Maguire. You mean Tobey?
Said Tobey Maguire. That's what
you said Bobby. You said
Tobey Maguire is
Tobey Maguire.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. He's better as Spider-Man.
I wouldn't see Jake
Tobey Maguire
as Spider-Man, though. I think he's, no offense to him, but he's too old.
Yeah, but it depends what Spider-Man you go for. You can go for an older Spider-Man.
I think this was back when Tobey Maguire got cast, though. I'm sure. I don't think this was an MCU thing. This.
And Tobey Maguire is an older Spider-Man, isn't
he? Yeah, I think Tobey Maguire is a good Peter Parker, but bad. Forget about the age thing. I think he's a good Peter Parker, but he's not cocky enough to be Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is probably really good. He's really good as Spider-Man, but he's too cocky and too confident to be Peter Parker. And I think Tom Holland captures. He's got a good balance.
He's got a good balance of emotion and acting.
He's mouthy. He's mouthy as Spider-Man. He's mouthy, but then he's still obviously learning. So there's that.
He
and then he's still nervous.
Delve into the role too much. If you get me, whereas some people go full on.
Yeah.
He's got the
Last but not least, Sebastian Stan as Captain America, the one who played Falcon.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. That's the one.
No.
All right, Tom.
Just no.
He's good Winter Soldier. I like him as.
Yeah, I like him.
He's better as Falcon than he's Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's not Falcon.
It's Bucky.
That's the list done.
I mean, watched Winter Soldier the other day. Actually, still unreal.
Oh, so it was Bucky as Falcon. Oh, Bucky is Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Bucky is the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Falcon is fucking. What's his name?
No, oh my god. Sebastian Stan is what you're saying.
So the guy who played Winter Soldier was.
You said Bucky is the Winter Soldier, which is true.
Where you
not
going?
what you were talking about.
Chris, why is she ringing me?
Well.
All right, Simon.
Robert Downey Jr.
Are you doing a
Lantern,
podcast? Well, you better pack that in because I didn't give you permission yet, have I?
Yeah, his wife is off to his mum.
Some skinning grow.
That's what it is.
Whopper.
Where's the
Fish, I
Iron
hope
Man?
I hope you found a Star Wars quiz.
Oh shit!
Yeah, have a look. Have a gander.
That's what I could do
How
while
long are we on
Simon's
now?
right here. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got opportunities to get in there.
Seeing what Disney
The
Plus
Star
is doing
Wars
for
quiz.
Star Wars Day.
The Star Wars quiz has 101 questions.
Sorry. What is Disney doing for
Ultimate
Star
Star
Wars
Wars quiz.
They're doing three things. They're doing three things for Star Wars Day. Releasing the
First of
entire
all,
Star Wars
Star
films.
Wars Day.
May the 4th.
That's news,
May
isn't
the
it? Yeah.
4th.
On May the 4th, they're releasing the latest Star Wars film on
Yep,
Disney
so
Plus.
they're releasing all that. I think it's... Is it they're releasing the last... They're doing something in Clone Wars. I'm not sure what. And they're also
I
doing
think they're finishing
behind-the-scenes
the last
documentary.
episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's on May 4th. And they're doing a behind-the-scenes documentary of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I want to see that. But I want to
All
watch
of them are dropping on
Mandalorian.
May
I want to
4th.
rewatch Mandalorian first.
May the 4th. Revenge of the 5th.
The more I think about The Rise of Skywalker, the less I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's
'Cause
a bit shit, isn't it? Like, the more I think about it, the more I just kind of think it's...
Every film from...
The Last Jedi as well. I liked that, but then I didn't rewatch it because I feel like I'm just not going to like it.
Every one of the new films, plus Revenge of the Sith, apart from Rogue One, shit.
I liked Force Awakens.
I've still not seen Solo. I just... Nothing.
I watched Solo the other week.
Solo's meant to be quite good.
It's not too bad, eh? Not too shabby, actually.
Solo's alright.
I'm back.
Whopper!
Oh, no.
That was a quick phone call.
Yeah, she was just wondering what we need.
What do you mean?
For the, like,
and you were like,
Robert
Downey Jr.'s Green Lantern.
That's what we need. I need milk, bread,
even if you've got bacon in, right?
Roll.
Here's the scenario, right? If you've got bacon, eggs in, and milk, get more bacon, eggs, and milk. It's essential. And bread.
You need some bleach, Andy, man.
Yeah.
Right. So
that is a staple diet: bacon and eggs.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? We're gonna share. We're gonna do this ultimate Star Wars quiz.
Yay!
For May 4th.
Oh Jesus! Right, this is the ultimate Star Wars quiz on play.howstuffworks.com/quiz/ultimate-star-wars-quiz-learn. Right, let's roll. In The Force Awakens, which character has Darth Vader's damaged mask?
Kylo Ren.
Yeet.
Hello.
How did Princess Leia get her title of royalty?
It's the first one, innit? But I'll read all the answers just in case.
She is. No, I think it's
Queen Christina of the
I think it's the fourth one.
No,
it's not. What are you talking about?
I think it's either the adopted one or the No.
It's definitely the first one.
It's definitely the
Are
first
you all
one, isn't
mad? You're all mad. Why would it be any of the other three?
I don't
Right.
know.
Her sharp aim with a blaster, nothing to do with royalty. Her
Is that how you get
mocking
royalty, is
nickname
it?
for Han Solo, nothing to do with royalty. She is not the daughter of Queen Katrina, because she's the daughter of Padme.
Who's Queen Katrina? It's not a character.
Fucking no.
And do you know what the Genosians are? They're the ones that kidnap Padme, aren't they?
Yeah, I didn't even get that far in the question, in the answer. I only got far as Queen Katrina.
Yeah.
While the Jedi use a number of crystal colours for their lightsabers, what colour is preferred by the Sith? Purple.
Red.
Who destroyed the droid control ship
The fuck is that noise?
when they accidentally activated a Naboo fighter's autopilot?
Anakin
Who
Skywalker.
destroyed droid control?
Are you sure it's not this guy?
No,
Big-
it's
Big Starfighter.
Anakin.
Yeah, it's Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, let's keep this up for the Star Wars quiz.
Yeah. Where does Yoda live when he first trains Luke Skywalker? I know this one.
I know this one.
Dagobah.
No, it's Dagobah.
I know it's Dagobah. While fighting his own father in Cloud City, which hand does Luke Skywalker lose?
His left.
Are you sure, Simon?
Right.
It is, it's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's right.
Yes. Who defeats Finn in his very first lightsaber duel?
Kylo Ren.
No.
Darth Maul.
No.
What?
It's the fucking stormtrooper technically, but I wonder if that's is that
Can you imagine
Kylo Ren.
Finn? What you on about? First lightsaber duel?
Yeah, because he looks ignites his lightsaber,
Yeah,
and that guy goes traitor, and he fights.
Yeah, but
Traitor!
Carrot Vet.
It's not.
No,
It's not.
It's Kylo Ren.
It's going to say Kylo Ren, isn't it?
Ren.
Lightsaber duel.
It's not a stormtrooper name, that is it?
Because it's not
I don't know.
Who
said Darth Maul? Let's be honest.
A lightsaber duel if it's just
Yeah,
one
but
lightsaber.
Finn doesn't face Kylo Ren with lightsabers.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
he?
Right at the end.
Who's seen Kylo Ren is?
That's nothing to do with the question, is it? But
Well, according to a personality test, I would play Kylo Ren in the movies.
Well,
what is Chewbacca's weapon of choice?
The blaster rifle.
It's bowcaster.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bowcaster. It's a fucking tool.
Eat shit, motherfuckers.
It's Star Wars Day, people.
When we see him again in Force Awakens after many years gallivanting around the galaxy with Han Solo, how old is Chewbacca?
Over 220 years old.
Oh, I can't remember how
200.
I feel like it's 220, you know?
No, 200.
Yeah.
200.
I'd say so.
What are we saying? Voting, I'm going to
200.
over
220.
I'm going 200.
I vote 220.
I got 220.
Right, yeah, I voted Tom.
Hey.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, but over 200 it's still 220 anyway. So
No, 'cause that's
200 on the dot.
Read it. Read it.
You can't read.
What are the creatives? Fucking creatives. What are the creatures living on Endor? Nobody likes them.
I love Ewoks.
What was the original title for the Star Wars movie?
The Adventures of Luke Starkiller.
No, it's The Adventures of the Jedi.
Do you know this, Tom? Or is that just a random guess?
No, oh wait, no.
It's Star Battles, isn't it?
Star Battles, yeah, Star Battles.
Told you.
Simon
was
I was right!
What?
I was taking a piss.
What?
When first released,
I thought it was Star Battle. Where did I get Star Battles
1977,
from?
this movie was simply titled Star Wars as it was intended to be a standalone film.
Yeah, but why would they call it Adventures of Luke Starkiller?
Because they haven't come up with a name yet.
Who's going to watch that? Nobody.
No, maybe it was. Wait, when
So-
first released in 1977, this movie was simply titled Star Wars, and it was intended to be a standalone film. The sequels were not considered until after.
Is it Skydancer?
What nickname does Han Solo call him?
Kid.
Yeah. Who delivers the final blow that destroys the second Death Star?
It is.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks is an answer.
Luke.
Hang on.
No.
Jar Jar Binks is an answer. We have to do this.
No, it's not Luke. It's
Yeah, with his speeder, yeah.
Yes, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, with his speeder.
It's
not.
It is.
That's the whole battle.
It's not Luke. It's Lando
Lando Calrissian.
with Neon.
God.
Told you it's Lando.
Shut up. All right. Who blew up the first Death Star and with what weapon?
It was Luke or was X-Wing?
Luke Skywalker.
Skywalker. Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. We were next week.
Skywalker.
What does Han Solo? What does Han Solo have to say about the Force in A New Hope? Listen, kid. I can use the Force like any of you. I just don't want to. I wouldn't be caught dead with those midichlorians in my blood.
That's how you get
You can never be too safe. The Force is a powerful ally.
Hokey
religious.
Hokey, yeah.
Match.
So uncivilized.
Well, he's wrong and he the dick.
Okay, now we're not in for it.
Okay,
and Chewie made an opening which X-Wing pilot blew.
Probably making a hash of this reading, aren't we?
Okay, now you're in for it. After Han Solo and Chewie made an opening, which X-Wing pilot blew up the Starkiller base?
Poe Dameron.
It's not going to be a random geezer, is it?
It's not General Hux. That's the enemy.
What is the location of the scene in which we see the predominant colour of Luke Skywalker's outfit change from white to black?
Jabba's palace, isn't it? No.
Yeah,
cancel that. Oh, fucking hell.
What race?
No, because he goes to Jabba's palace and he goes.
Hang on, we've got Jar Jar Binks question. You know what that means?
What race does the comical Jar Jar Binks belong to?
Comical.
The Gunga.
Hang on.
Gungan.
Jar Jar Binks.
No, we're there.
It's the Gungan.
It's Gungan.
Gungan, yeah.
Tom, have you watched these films at all?
No, because it says the Hulk. That's his name, though, isn't it?
No, it's Jar Jar Binks, you bellend.
Oh.
Look at him. He's there.
Jar Jar Binks.
I was reading.
Where did the Gungan live on the planet of Naboo?
Underwater in the domes.
Yeah. But which character says the famous quote, "A Jedi Knight? Jeez, I'm out of it for a little while." Everyone gets delusions of grandeur in episode whatever, Return of the Jedi.
Is it Lando Calrissian?
Yeah, Lando Calrissian.
I don't know. I don't recognise that at all.
You sure
maybe
watch the films?
Maybe Chewie says it. Maybe it's like
no,
it's Han.
It's Lando.
Han. My guess is Han.
No, it could be Luke. It could be Luke.
Why would Luke say that?
Why would Luke say that? He's a Jedi.
No, because Jedi. No, it could be.
He's a Jedi. Why would Luke say that?
It's either Han Solo or Lando Calrissian.
Tom, I'm base pamming.
Not Luke.
I'm going to go Han. My guess is Han. Right, we're going to have to go on this.
Han Solo.
Lando Calrissian.
Hanzo.
Lando.
Issues with you then.
Kick it. Yeah.
Han Solo. What colour?
Orange and white.
There. I've got there.
Orange and white's not on here, Simon.
There.
White and orange.
There we go.
What colour is that?
Oh, look, he's got one.
That's
cheating, that is.
That's cheating, that's Tom.
This cost me, guess how much in Disney Store? In
30 quid.
Paris.
No, 30
more.
White and blue.
50.
More.
100.
120.
Why
120
did you pay
euro
that?
for that. All it does is light up.
Why did you pay that?
This is what it does.
Tom, I literally had...
At least my £90 Iron Man's
That's what it does.
Tom,
it's light up there.
Tom, I had a BB-8 actual thing where I could control it with my phone. It was really fun.
Well, you go to Paris and you tell them folks to lower the prices.
Why?
I just wasn't using it.
I spent €120 on fucking keyrings.
I should have thought about selling it to you, Fish, to be fair.
I wasn't going to buy it. Right. And what about R2-D2? What colour is he?
White and blue.
All right, calm down.
I think Simon's developed a stutter, hasn't he?
Autistic child.
What planet is Rey living on when BB-8 finds her?
Jakku.
What colour is the first lightsaber Rey uses?
Blue.
He knows his stuff, this laddo.
I'm blue.
You can tell he's a sequel fan.
Who wins second
place?
Boon to Eve Classic Pod Race where Anakin wins his freedom.
I have no idea.
But it's
Sebulba. Are you joking me?
Sebulba doesn't finish the race.
He crashes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he crashes, so neither of them do.
Just doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he finished the second, but like
It's
he doesn't finish technically.
It's the gas one. Gaslango. I told you. I fucking told you.
I was dead in the water on that one. I was going with the majority vote of you three.
I don't remember seeing anyone finish after Anakin.
I don't. Who the fuck's Gaslango?
Have a look. Watch the film.
So,
I've watched it not long ago. Really.
What is Princess Leia's famous line recorded by R2-D2 for "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope"? That's the one.
Help me.
I think it's
that's not on there, Simon.
No, it is. Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Yeah, but he said, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." That one.
Can you just look at the answers? Two of those answers are funny.
What is? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
How many lightsaber blades does Darth Maul have? Well, it's clearly 5, isn't it?
No, 2.
Imagine that.
Could you imagine?
What was Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber when he defeated Darth Maul?
Blue. No.
No, green.
It's green.
Because he uses
Qui-Gon Jinn's.
Oh no!
No, it's blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
He picks up Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh no, it is green.
It's green. He picks up Qui-Gon.
But I thought he uses the finishing blows blue.
No, it's Qui-Gon.
Who auditioned for the role of Han Solo before it was offered to Harrison Ford, originally hired as a reader at the auditions?
I'm going to say
Kurt Russell.
George Clooney.
No, it's Kurt Russell.
Don't you? Is it?
Josh Whedon.
No,
I'm going Kurt Russell.
Which character says the famous line, "Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder"?
She was talking about Simon when she said it.
Yeah.
Princess Leia.
No, it's not, because Princess Leia's not in it. Oh no, I'm thinking of Padme. How many of these questions are they? Jesus H. fucking Christ, man.
There's every defulate.
When is the only time we see Han Solo use a lightsaber, and in what location?
Ooh.
It's that first one.
It's this one.
Oh,
on the snow planet Hoth, whose body gets crushed under an Imperial walker's foot? Is it Biggs?
No, it won't be.
Oh, because he's in his speeder, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in his speeder.
Eric.
See, but Eric. Oh.
I'm going to say Dak. That sounds like a Star Wars one.
Let's go Eric. Go Eric.
I don't think it's Eric.
Biggs.
No, I think Dak sounds like a Star Wars name, doesn't it?
Dak or Biggs? Oh, it's Dak. Look, fucking hell.
Dax.
That was a.
I got really question.
Only diehard fans will know that.
The Star Wars: The Force Awakens on the planet. On what planet do Leia and Han Solo meet?
I'm gonna say.
Takodana, isn't it?
It's Takonda, isn't it?
Takodana, because it's where Thingy's cafe, isn't it? Maz Kanata's thing is on Takodana, and that's where they're. I think.
It's not.
I'm not a massive. Yeah.
It's not.
Go Takonda.
Maz's thing's not.
Not Jakku.
It's not Hoth. It's Takodana, I think.
No, it's not.
It's either.
It's Jakku. Should have listened to Simon. Should always listen to Simon all the time.
I didn't know, did I?
Every time. Should always.
No, not you, Tom. What about Liam?
What planet is
it? Which of the following is not a Darth in the Star Wars films? Bane.
No, it's Akbar.
No.
Yeah, because it's General Akbar.
Yeah.
How many
toes does Yoda have? 6.
It's actually on my calendar right now.
But is that the Phantom Menace version?
I don't know. He has like weird toes.
Either 4 or 6. So obviously it's not going to be 2.
I'd say 4 because he's only got 6 because he's only got 3.
But his hands like that, aren't his hands like that.
He's got 2 fingers and a thumb.
His hands like that. So let's go.
Toes, you better.
Yeah, but his hands like that. So much. He's got fucking 4.
If he's only got 3, like in 3 fingers, 2 fingers and a thumb.
4.
Then he'll have 6 toes.
Go 4.
Why are you talking, Mug? I've got mouthful of days.
Look, there you go.
Luke, talk.
Go 4. Oh, fucking 3.
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I did that as well. That's 3.
I'll kill you all.
4 and 3. 4 and 3.
With what famous sci-fi film does the original Star Wars trilogy share a production crew?
I haven't a clue.
No idea.
I'm gonna
not a sausage.
I'm gonna guess Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
That was after.
Is it Star Trek?
Space Quest is quite old, isn't it?
No, it's either Space Quest or Space Odyssey.
My guess is Space Quest.
2 votes for Space Quest.
I don't know. I'm going for P. Space Quest.
Space Odyssey. I've not seen that actually. It's supposed to be really good, isn't it? How many children does Darth Vader have? 2.
2.
Go to the toilet.
Who real world language is the Ewoks language based on? I didn't know it was based on a real language.
I'm gonna say Tibetan and Nepalese, because Chinese, Japanese, you sort of recognise. German and French you'd recognise, and Italian and Japanese you'd recognise.
I wouldn't recognise Japanese and Chinese.
No, you would.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I don't know.
Why would you?
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Oh, wabaki. I think that means shoes.
Also, it's a mix in it, so they wouldn't be using actual words anyway, would they?
No.
I reckon it's Tibetan and Nepal.
Should we just, every time I haven't listened to Simon, I've got a question wrong. Look at that. Fucking hell. What a cunt. Which actor or actress was so tall that the doorways of the Phantom Menace had to be rebuilt? It's Liam Neeson.
Really?
How tall is he?
6'4". Or he's 6'6". Maybe 6'6".
Jesus.
What, taller or smaller than you?
He's smaller than me.
How many live action movies as of mid-2016 have been seen by the public?
Right, so you've got the 6.
9.
The 6. Is it 9? When did... No.
Well, think about it. This quiz must have been done in 2016, and they've got The Force Awakens on there. So that's 7 plus Rogue One.
Well, that's 8, isn't it?
But then I'm thinking there must be one I'm missing.
You got Rogue One, the Han Solo movie.
I don't think that was 2016.
Maybe it's 7 then.
Surely not. Unless maybe they're not counting Rogue One. I'd be Rogue One.
I've got a hint.
No, I don't. We don't want hints.
I'd say 7. It's not
7?
3 or 6. Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
7. 88 would beat the average score.
We would have got more than that if someone had fucking listened to me.
You're supposed to say if it wasn't for you meddling kids. And then Tom appears and says, "I'm that damn dog."
Right, well. That was fun. Some comments.
Happy Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you.
Actually, I've got one bit of note, but obviously...
Am I the only one saying that? Someone else say it.
Happy Star Wars Day, may the 4th be with you. We've got 88%, Tom.
Decent.
88.
Got some crisps.
It's above average.
Fucking crisps.
Yeah, average was 78%, Tom. We got 88.
Right. Are we wrapping this podcast
that
up
shows
then?
that we
We've
have
been doing it for ages.
some knowledge.
No, because we haven't talked about Extraction yet.
Yeah, I've got something to add to it.
Oh!
Let's talk about Extraction first.
Let's talk about Extraction. Otherwise...
Yeah, we're not going to end on Extraction, so we're not talk about whatever Simon's got to say first.
Skip that.
Is it about Extraction what you're going to talk about?
It's about Extraction, but it's like I'd rather save it for after, just after we talked about Extraction.
So
would it make more sense? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Extraction.
Extraction is basically Extraction is a film starring Chis Hemsworth where he has to extract a child from the clutches of a rival gang thing.
It's basically India's biggest drug lord versus Bangladesh's biggest drug lord.
What he said. I liked the scene where he threw a kid off the roof.
The
bad guy.
He grabs a kid like that and he's like, "You think you're alright?" He's like,
Just throws him off. No, my favourite scene has got to be the scene where he fights the kids.
Wait, spoiler warning for everyone.
Yeah, we'll just let's just go straight into spoilers.
Hang on, it's a 2020 film. There's people who would listen to the podcast who might not even have a chance.
Well, then we'll get this far.
The spoiler warning.
We'll add this to the watch later playlist.
All I'm saying, give them a spoiler warning, wait 5 seconds, and then you can go on it.
We don't need to wait 5 seconds.
Right. The following segment of this podcast contains spoilers for the movie on Netflix called Extraction.
Yeah. So,
viewer discretion is advised.
All I'm saying is Fish is well renowned for spoiling things too fast.
Yeah.
So
Follow this show for this channel for good content.
No.
I like how it disappears. It's like fucking, fuck this shit. I'm out. Oh, I can't do it.
You mean like this?
Oh, that's loads better.
Well, that was a good description of the movie, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah, right. So basically,
oh god,
Chris Hemsworth is what? Is he special forces or something? Like he's
like an ex-military.
His kid's dead. His wife's left him, or he's left his wife because
it's not like the Punisher, isn't it?
No, because
none of that is important to the film.
It's not like the Punisher at all.
This is a weird, like, sort of like type. But do you know on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Alex, the guy who gets blown up at the end? Spoilers. Who you think becomes Ghost?
No.
Well, that's the character that I think plays Chris Hemsworth. It's like sort of a link. It's pretty looks similar, like the kind of badass. But yeah.
He's called Jake Rake or Rake Jake.
Jake Rake.
Jake Rake. What a stupid name.
No, it's not
Tyler.
Tyler Rake.
Tyler Rake.
Tyler Ray Jensen.
Right. Carry on, Fish. You two shut up.
What was I saying? I can't remember.
Well done, you two.
So the film, right? Basically, is a straightforward action film. In it, you follow Chris Hemsworth as he extracts a child who has been kidnapped by this gang. Obviously, it doesn't turn out well. It goes to shit, and and
it goes to shit because
he's the drug lord's son, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes to shit because the guy who the drug lord hired to retrieve his son ends up fighting Chris Hemsworth because he turns sides because the guy whose son.
You haven't finished the film, have you, Tom?
No.
So basically, Chris Hemsworth.
I got
the drug lord. The drug lord's son has been kidnapped. So the drug lord tells his mate to hire Chris Hemsworth's character. Obviously, he doesn't say hire Chris Hemsworth's character. It says pay someone to save him, but they haven't got the money.
Hire an army.
He don't even say that. He don't even do, what he does is he says, "Get my son back."
Yeah.
But don't pay the ransom because I'm humiliated.
Yeah.
Don't get my son back. He says, hire an army if you have to.
Yeah.
And then that guy goes, "I know a way we can get him back.
Yeah.
We don't have the money to buy him, but we'll get this guy." And then I hire Chris Hemsworth.
That's what I was about to say.
The drug lord isn't like, as far as I'm aware, the drug lord has no idea that that's involved. It's that man who's done that.
So he says that, and then the guy who hires Chris Hemsworth can't afford to pay him. That's why he tries to kill him, but then they end up working together in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to kill him. I'm here to help him. I'm not going to hurt him. And he's like, stay down, stay low. And he fucking lobs a grenade. And he's like, and it goes into a car. And he's like fucking police officer.
I thought it was a brilliant action-packed film. There was a lot of action
right? The combat in that film is so well done.
Well, Tom, how far have you got into it? That's the question, though.
I got into the bit where
what part are you up to?
He's in a car. He drives in. He parks in like a little like marketplace. Goes into a house. Kills like about 5 or 10
That's a
coppers.
fucking mint fight scene, that.
Yeah, it's so good.
It kills the guy with a rake.
No, it's after that. It's like knifing coppers into thing. The little kid runs away, and then it cuts to another scene where the guy who got hired to hire an army to protect the kid. Otherwise his kid gets killed. He's like left all bloody in that, and then Chris Hemsworth also. It's the part where they sort of work together. I got to that bit.
Also, the guy who is in the new Black Widow film, who plays, I think he plays like dad or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's in.
The guy who plays the officer in Stranger Things.
Yeah. I don't know about Stranger Things.
No, he's in Stranger Things. He plays the officer in Stranger Things.
David Harbour, he's in.
He plays
who protects Eleven.
Yeah, he's the one that plays Hellboy.
Yeah, in the new Hellboy, yeah.
Good job.
It's a costume, Simon.
I still think they should have done Ron Perlman as Hellboy. Still, I was disappointed. Well, anyway, Yeah, he's in Black Widow.
Cool. Right. Let's say bad points, because I imagine good points are going to outweigh the bad. So, Tom, you go first.
I don't have any bad points about that film.
Let me. Tom, you go first. On my screen, it's like Tom, Simon, Mook, so we'll go that way.
Yeah, so from what I've watched so far, obviously the story, like, sort of, you think, oh, betrayal, then it's like, oh, they work together. It kind of goes.
I'm asking for bad points, Tom.
Oh, that is a bad point, because like the storyline's a bit sort of meh.
Yeah, it's very basic. It's got a very basic plot.
Very basic. Like, other than that, like, obviously, and the ending.
Like all of it.
From what I know, like, obviously I watched the ending yet, but from what my family have told me, because they watched it, the ending's a bit meh. Like, you watch all that amazing film with like the basic storyline. Good fight scenes, good like CGI, good explosions, fight scenes, all that sort of shit. And the ending's a bit shit compared to what it should have been.
I thought it was good. I've literally got no bad points about it. It was.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Is this podcast all
talking.
About interrupt Simon whenever he's speaking? Whenever.
Right. So anyway, Mook, we move on. Go on, Simon. Right. Stop crying.
I've literally got no bad points about this film. It's got a lot of action. It's just an all-out brilliant film. Like, you can't fault it. I don't know how people can fault it. Like, it should have on Netflix. It should have 100% thumbs up. But for some reason, it's got a 98%.
Yeah, but that's not a thumbs up thing. That's just how much it thinks. Going off what you watch, how much you think
you're saying 100%. It's got 90%. So the 2% is a minor error. That's what they're pointing out.
Like, it's such a brilliant film. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, but it's 2%.
It's like if John Wick.
It doesn't matter.
That percentage isn't anything to do with ratings. That percentage is how much the algorithm. What are you doing, Tom? That percentage.
Yeah, you're right. That 2% is literally, for example, if you watch a lot of Downton Abbey and stuff like that, then it would be like 10% at best for you. If you watch a mix of Downton Abbey and
algorithm
John Wick,
Netflix.
If you watch all John Wick sort of stuff, it would be 100%.
If you had Netflix and literally watched the 3 John Wick films, I don't think they're all on there, but you watched John Wick, and that's it.
John Wick and 4.
It'd probably be 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be 100%. Yeah.
It's the Netflix algorithm choosing a film for you that it thinks you'd like.
Yeah, but still, 98% is like still very high.
If you've gone on Netflix and you've not watched anything, whatever it.
Yeah. I've literally got no bad points about it.
It's like you imagine we get a 90% rating at work. Really good.
I would definitely watch the film again. I've got no bad points about it. I enjoyed the film, and it's definitely a brilliant film. It is
really good. Honestly, it's one of Chris Hemsworth's like for a minor role.
Tom, honestly, watch the rest of it once you get off this podcast. Watch the rest of the film.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna watch it like twice because I need to sort of get over it.
Yeah,
sort
Liam,
of get around it.
Down to you.
Yeah. Bad points, Liam.
You disagree with Simon. I don't think it's that good a film.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you pointed out when I mentioned the film, you pointed out, oh, have you got this bit about the guy who betrays and then like joins? You said, oh, it's easy.
Right, I'll tell you why. My bad points to this is it's actually better for me to say the good points first because there is some good things about it. If you like a film that's heavy on action and you like your action scenes, yeah, it's good. It's got action, and Chris Hemsworth does a decent job. But aside from that, the rest of it for me is bad because the plot is the most bare bones plot you've ever seen. And
it is bare bones.
It's a film that is run off action more than plot.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But then for me that's barely a film. Then for me that's just one long action.
Yeah,
thing,
but you've got to look at it as like what audience are they targeting?
Yeah, but like
fair enough. But
it's easy to follow. It's easy to like sort of think. Not too complicated. You know what I mean? That's why I've done it.
Liam, the question I've got for you is though, like, what did you think of John Wick though? Like that was mainly.
I've not seen the John Wicks yet.
That was watch him. That was mainly action, but it had a bit of storyline to it.
Yeah, that was basically.
That's the point. It's not supposed to be that way around. You're supposed to have the story, and the action is to supplement the story.
films are better when it's just mainly action and a bit of story.
Some films do all action, and like the storyline is sort of like supplemented by like more action than story.
No, but that's the thing, right? When you watch a film,
focus on more story and action, like to sort of like supplement the story.
Yeah, but
it depends on the audience.
Yeah, but
it's about marketing and audiencing. That's what I think personally.
Quite a lot
so for me, it's easy to follow.
Like action films that have got a lot of action in them are based, like the actions evolve around the story. So without the action, the story's just a bit boring. So you need that action.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, but if this film was just Chris Hemsworth went to extract this kid, it all went swimmingly. That's it.
Yeah, like it could have ended.
Sorry, yeah, it all like lagged for us.
It could have ended where he's extracting the kid, and he goes to the boat, and he gets on the boat, and he goes away. But no, something bad happens, and it turns.
You need to, Tom, to understand it. You need to watch it.
That is literally the first 20 minutes of the film. What you just said there, Simon. He's seen that. He doesn't need to say any more to explain what you said.
Yeah.
For the ending, don't listen. No offense.
You didn't even mention the ending.
I didn't mention the ending.
Yeah, I know, but don't listen to your parents. Watch it yourself and have your own opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I will.
Right.
But
the thing with this film, since I'm getting interrupted, this film.
Sorry, Tom.
The way I see it is this: you've got a film. I'm watching this film. And the action, and obviously there's a lot of it. You could argue it's a bit over the top, but I wasn't fussed. But the action of it, yeah, obviously that's good. Like, I'm not going to fault it, but you need the story. Like, and there is none. The story that there is is the most bare thing, and it's been done so many times over. That sort of thing of something or someone gets taken, and then some action hero has to go and rescue it, and then obviously fight the way out. That's been done so many times. I've seen so many action films that have that same setting. And you can say there's all this stuff. The twist is the most obvious things you've ever seen come in. And almost every other single action film I've seen like this have a twist. There's always that one character that turns or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's been done a million times before. And when you've done that before, all it is action. And don't get me wrong, if you're a big fan of the action, which obviously Simon is, and when I watched the action, it was good action stuff, but I want more from the story. Like I thought there was a lot more they could do there.
I mean, I do like the story, but I do like the action as well. And I thought it was such a brilliant film. It was like it was like watching John Wick, but Chris Hemsworth is in.
Yeah, but here's the synopsis, right? You've got two different people. So like Liam prefers more of story based, whereas me and you, Simon, prefer more action based rather than story.
So it's everyone's different opinion.
It purely depends on the demographic of people who watch the film. So I think.
What did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy the?
Right, I don't know. It's not even that though. I don't think that's completely fair because I enjoy films that have got action in. But I mean, most of the films we talk about in here have got action in, but they don't just rely solely on the action. This film is relying solely on the action. For example, if you look at even some of the Marvel and DC films, they've got action, but it's not just the action. The action is there's story to it. There's weight to the characters. There is more that goes on. Whereas this is just action all the way through. And if you like
it's not action all the way through.
In a way, it is because like the moments where it's not action, it's only for a brief moment. Yeah, it's like a brief respite. It's like fucking whoa, deep end.
Yeah, and that's literally just to stop it from being action all the way through. Otherwise, it's literally action from start to finish.
I understand what Liam's point is.
That's what I'm saying. So, this film's not going to win any awards. If it was as perfect as Simon saying, it would be winning the Oscars and all sorts. It's not gonna because there's no story to it.
To be honest, I think it should though because it is honestly it's one of the best action films I've ever seen.
The action. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. I mean, compared to some other action fights.
It's good action, but I wouldn't give it like awards for the action.
No.
Like just that alone, you've got to have like whereas like John Wick got awards because like obviously John Wick has like a good storyline.
For example, here's an example. We'll talk about a character that isn't involved in the action, right? Here's an example of my point. A character that isn't involved in the action and has so little development in the film is the kid himself. The kid starts. Yeah. He's just a kid.
Yeah, he's just there.
Gets kidnapped and stuff. But you could have done so much with that kid to develop. You could have developed a stronger bond with him. And at a point, I was thinking, maybe they are going to go for that.
Kind of did.
Not really.
Because like
not enough though, is it? It wasn't anything.
Because It was originally the police caught him, like, sort of smoking weed or something.
Yeah, and they shot a guy in the head.
But it turned out that the police were actually working for the other people, the enemy, and they shot his mate in the head. And there's
so many chances that film had. The thing that annoyed me.
I found funny about that scene is when the police said to him, "Don't worry, just chill," and then they shot him in the head. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna chill after that, aren't I? You just shot my mate in the head. Yeah, I'm gonna.
No,
chill.
he says, "Don't worry, you've got your whole life ahead of you," and then shoots him.
Yeah. Wait, has he now? Has he? He's fucking dead.
No, but the kid he still has.
Cool,
right.
Are we gonna move on to?
No, I haven't said like a thing, you dickhead.
Oh, sorry, Fish. Sorry.
You fucking punt.
There is four of us. It's like a fucking.
Is it?
A perfect
I've been
square
sat here listening to you three bicker for the last 20 minutes.
I saw you talking to someone.
Can we do?
So, it's definitely above average for me.
Yeah, I'd agree.
The action in it's amazing. That 12-minute one-shot scene is unreal.
Yeah, it's good.
I noticed some of the obvious CGI cuts, but then obviously there was some hidden ones in there as well that were very well done.
I didn't notice any CGI.
Whoa, what's happened to me head here? Whoa, what happened there? Did you see that?
Do you see the car scene where he gets in the car and it's sort of like it's like a third person view of the car where he's not driving.
In through the glass, that's the cut.
Yeah, so you can tell he's not driving the car. It's a stunt person.
Well, yeah, but do you know the director was originally a stuntman or something?
Yeah. For that scene, he strapped himself to the front of a car to shoot that scene.
Oh, right.
He's
the director.
He's the sniper guy. Yeah, the sniper that gets killed, it's him. That's the director, I think.
Really?
What, the old man?
No,
not the guy
not the guy that gets killed. He's like in the trailer.
Where's on the boy? He's like, I'm going to take a close look at it.
Yeah.
Gene or G or something like that.
Something like that. So,
carry on, Fish.
Yeah.
So the story for me, obviously, the story is very basic. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mind basic. I can sit and I can turn off and I can watch this film and have fun with it. I liked the action. The story for me was enough to drive it forwards enough, to push it to where it needed to go, A to B, as you were.
Yeah. But the demographic,
it was like a shit car still gets you from where you need to go. The acting, I think the kid as an actor did well, didn't he? Like, you get these kids in films and you're like, I just want to choke you because you're shocking.
He could have done more, but what he did, it was contained within his role.
The bad guy / good guy at the end, I thought. Have you seen John Wick 3?
Yeah.
There's that guy who was like pretty much just as good as John Wick.
And
I thought they were going to go that route, where they're both as good as each other, but then obviously at the end the good guy wins. But no, they didn't. They went around the route of it turns out he's actually just skint. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
There's not much else to say. The character base so the story is basically his wife left him, his kid's dead. Throws himself into his work. Is he a druggie?
But that's not even the story, is it?
That's the character, is what I meant.
Yeah, but they barely even touch any of it.
He takes drugs.
They barely touch it. They barely touch his wife at all.
At the start
you don't see his wife. It's more about his kid, isn't it?
That woman picks up that thing, goes, and he puts it down, and he pours himself a whiskey, and then takes a tablet and downs it.
I didn't like the one bit that I didn't like was the fight scene with the gadget from what's it called? Fucking Stranger Things. When he fought him, he's killed all these people, and then that one guy kind of beats him.
But
I think that guy was
a
fucking veteran, like a skilled.
So is he?
Yeah, but
because that guy goes like that. If one scene he goes, "Oh, don't insult me." He knows he's better. Do you know what I mean? Like he's learnt off him. So
and then the kid shoots him. It's the first time he's ever killed somebody. He cries.
Like a boxer where it's like, "Oh, I'll teach you the skills, but I'm not teach you."
Yeah, but they didn't. That's what I mean. They didn't do more with that, as well. That was another chance they could have done more with. But right, it's the same. When I'm thinking now, what I'm comparing it to is when you said Punisher, I'm comparing it to if you've seen series 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
In that, right, there's action scenes, and there's good action scenes. They're good in that.
Yeah.
But there is more story to it, as in they're exploring concepts of stuff. With that, right, the kid kills someone. They could have explored that further. They don't even touch on it later on. Like,
what did you think of
traumatized by it? Does a kid become a killer himself?
What did you think about?
Haunted by it? Like,
what did you think about the bad guy kid?
I thought he looked pretty bad. Like.
Is that the one who was like good at the start? He's like, I'll kill you. He's like, we don't need his gun. He's
no.
Like,
There's a kid further on. He's got a scar on his face, and
is that the one who goes, let me pull the trigger and I'll give you more fingers? Or
yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
My favourite action scene is where he fights the kids. He's like slaps that kid. He's like, piss off. I liked that scene, but obviously, what do you think of that kid, Liam? Because obviously he. Spoilers, especially for Tom. He does, in fact, shoot the last bullet that finishes off Chris Hemsworth in the end.
Sorry, Tom.
No, because I saw a thing where like he's like on a bridge. And he's like going through cars, and he gets hit, and he's like.
That's right at the beginning, yeah.
He's like spitting out fucking blood and that.
Yeah, he has a flashback to his dead kid, who is actually Chris Hemsworth's real kid.
Yeah.
You know that?
Because I thought throughout the film, like his kid would become more of an attachment to the kid he was extracting. So he'd sort of take like a mental role and go, right, this kid I'm trying to protect and extract.
There's a stinger at the end, isn't there? It's like, did he actually survive? Ooh.
No.
Actually, no.
Judging by like where he got hit.
Right.
And they want to make a sequel / prequel, so. So scores out of 10.
I'd give it a solid 9.
I won't get you sometimes, you know.
7. I give between 7 and 8.
I was going to say I'd give it 7.5.
7.5 to 8.
IMDb. Oh, actually, Mook, what's yours?
Oh, I'm giving it a 5.
A 5?
So IMDb.
Take the action out of that film. What is in it? If you took the action out of that film, and I know it's an action film, fair enough, but you could take the action out of many action films.
Of the film, it's an action film.
Yeah, well,
right. If you look at you go on IMDb and you look at the highest ranked action films, if you take the action out of those films,
it's Saving Private Ryan.
Story. Yeah, you've got a story there, haven't you?
Yeah, but even Saving Private Ryan is boring.
Basically, Saving Private Ryan is go in, get out, and it's at its basic core. But because it's got more characters, it can develop
Saving
more.
Saving Private Ryan is basically Extraction, but it's got more, like a lot more, but like a little bit more.
The thing is, as well, is
where it's kind of shit.
I think the annoying thing is you have annoying potential because it follows. You've got literally some generic stuff. It's obviously get in, get out, take something valuable out with you, but obviously you've got to face like an army of things as you go out. You've got a mercenary that's obviously got a haunted past or whatever, and he's like, it's one last go or whatever, and he feels bad and he wants a chance to like redeem himself. That's every mercenary you've ever seen in every film.
Yeah.
And then again, you've got so much stuff. They could have done more with the street kids. They could have done more, make the villains a bit more like how did they, like, instead of just being just a bad guy, like add more to it.
It's almost like this movie could have been a series.
Maybe.
Because then they could have.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
it could have actually. That would have been nice.
That's the thing. If you were asking me the ranking, if you were asking me the ranking of how the action scenes were done, I would probably say 8, 9. Yeah, because they were pretty good. The only complaint I would say with the action scenes.
So for you, it's an 8 to 9 for action and 5
because the action wasn't done badly. That's the thing. It's good. Even in bad films, it can be good stuff. Like, for example, you didn't like Sonic the other week, but I imagine your visual effects, you might give it more than you would for the film overall. Like, I don't know what you gave the film.
There's some but you might give the CGI in this was good, but then there's like some very noticeable like explosions and stuff. When that van explodes, so they dive out of the van underneath the bridge. That looked shocking. And the van exploding looked a bit shit.
You always will be, like, you can't get everything like.
But look at Endgame, for example. Like the explosions and the CGI and that is.
Yeah, but the budgets will be massively
unreal. I'm just giving an example.
You've got a thing like Netflix, like most Netflix like main budget sort of films and that have they have a big budget. Don't get me wrong, they have a big budget, but it's how they use that budget. And obviously, they use that budget to a certain extent where they can't have sort of that depth of fucking cinematography.
Yeah, that's for me. It's just if it was on the action alone, I'd be giving it a really high score. But
don't get me wrong,
I'm not basing the score for the film can't just be on action.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand with your rating, Simon. Is like you hated Sonic, which is basically, for me somehow, for you somehow, this is the complete polar opposite. Where I feel like where this lacks in story, Sonic kind of makes up for it. And Sonic has less action, or not as good action as this. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like
So Sonic has more story and less action, but Extraction has more action. Yeah, this is what I said. It's based on demographic, people who like certain things.
I don't want to go back to Sonic, but
I get each point.
All I'm saying about Sonic is I just didn't enjoy it.
That's what I'm saying is I don't understand why. Because you're saying you really like action, and for me, Sonic had some good action in it. Like you had some good action scenes.
Did you play Sonic games as a kid?
Not as a kid, no, but I've played them, and I like them. Like Sonic Heroes.
No, I mean like the original platform.
I've got Sonic on my phone. So the Sonic original Sonic Sega game.
Exactly. Like I didn't play. I played like maybe the Sonic 2D games when I was a kid, like once or twice, but I was never a fan of them. So,
but there's no story in the Sonic games, is there? It's just run here, kill a guy, run there. Anyway,
we're going well off tangent.
Yeah. So, Tom, what did you say your score was?
It was like a 7 to 8 out of 10, based on just because overall, like it's easy to watch. The plot's not like too in depth, so you can easy to follow. Good action, you can watch it and you'll be satisfied. So like it's worth a watch. You're not going to watch it and think, it's shit.
Worth a watch. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I would.
Oh yeah, I'd watch it again.
I'd personally watch it again.
Tom, you need to watch it for the first time.
Well, yeah, but I'd still watch it. Like fully. You know what I mean? Like I'd still watch it from what I've watched so far.
Fish, what's your rating?
I said 7.5. Basically, because I'm with Liam really, but I'm more of a action fan. Like John Wick, for example, is you kill me dog, I'm gonna go kill him.
Yeah.
Basically, that's basically what this is. Only it'd been told to kill somebody. So when you say, "Oh, but John Wick's got a great story," it hasn't. It's the same. It's got the same straightforwards.
I mean, what's the story with 2 and 3?
I can't remember. Number 3 is he's going to get killed because he broke the rules.
Basically, number 1 is his dog dies.
No, his wife dies, and then
his wife dies.
He gets a gift from his wife beyond the grave. Which is a dog.
That guy
gets killed.
That guy kills the dog. He seeks revenge. Yeah,
the for example, for me, right, as well with this film with Extraction. Like, did you two care when he died at the end? Because I didn't.
I cared a little bit because I want a sequel because I feel like they could build up on this.
Well, right, you're just
and obviously
stepping on my notes, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Because you didn't even hardly start.
What
I had notes for Extraction too.
Well, go on then.
Say him.
Right. Oh, is that what you're saying? No.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, first of all, before you do that, if you've got, leave your comments what you thought of the film.
Yeah. Leave your comments on what you thought of the film. Will it be? I know, Fish, you've mentioned this. Will it be you're hoping for a sequel, but will it be a prequel? So will you see what happens to his son and stuff?
Yeah, but his son died of a disease. He wasn't murdered.
Well,
that won't be in.
If it's a sequel, then question.
See, I didn't get that as well with the son. Sorry, just a quick interlude. Sorry about that. But I was thinking until he said that, I was like, surely the kid died of drowning, hence all the water stuff.
Yeah.
Just Australia's got a lot of beaches.
Yeah, true. But the thing is, though, like.
I was like, surely the kids died of drowning here, and then they were like, oh, he's died of.
Weird thing, right? America's got more problems than Australia.
Yeah, but he's Australia.
Animals.
Yeah, but sorry to spoil it for you, Tom, because you haven't seen the rest of it. Is Tyler Rake still alive? I reckon he still is. I reckon there's going to be a sequel, and he's still alive.
If they were
to do it, depends though, because from what I've seen of his wound, it depends.
Yeah, he gets shot in the chest. He gets shot in the neck.
Yeah, but so does.
And then he falls into a river in a country where he's going to get no help.
Yeah, but so does.
But the army's right there. Like his help's right there, isn't it? They run the bridge.
Yeah, but he's got 4 people that've got to run for their lives themselves.
Can I fucking talk?
Sorry.
Oh. No, Simon, you can't.
If he survives that, he is a god.
Yeah. Well, he is, isn't he?
I swear to God, I'm going to come around your house.
I swear to God, I'm going to come around your house. I'm going to point in your face and do.
Let me speak.
Yeah, but you got to think in the Punisher film with Thomas Jane, Frank Castle, he survives a gunshot to 2 or 3 or 4 gunshots to the chest, ends up on a beach, and then this random guy saves him, and he goes off and kills all of them within the family. So why can't
not only that
for Tyler Rake?
50 Cent got shot 9 times in real life. He survived. Bob Marley got shot several times in real life.
Exactly. So
he survived.
If people get shot in real life,
I don't know. Did they?
Through the neck.
He got shot in the face. 50 Cent.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he talks weird, because it went through his tongue.
Oh,
obviously, that's not a fatal wound. But then there was that geezer who got shot in the face with a shotgun. With a shotgun in real life, the police guy.
Yeah, but do you reckon Tyler Rake's still alive?
I want him to be still alive.
Because if you've seen in the first bit of the film, he jumps off a massive cliff, jumps into the water, and sort of meditates into the water.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how he does that.
So, and then he
that's basic marine training, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but the kid does the same thing as him.
The kid does the same at the end.
I think if they were going to make another film, it would be better to do a prequel, because then you could do more with the
sequel, and then it'll surprise. I think it'll surprise fans of the film that he's still alive, because.
No, but the reason why I wouldn't want a sequel for 2 reasons. One, it does make him basically unkillable, because if you can survive that, it's surviving. But
you've already explored.
It's pretty fatal. His death.
Like, the way it's introduced is that you explore a bit of his past.
To the head.
You can keep.
Yeah, but I mean, it removes the sake of it. But the other thing is, the whole point is meant to be like of this film. The bit of story that there is meant to be that he almost feels like the only reason he cares in this film is because of his own kid.
Yeah.
And it's like a redemption. It's a redemption of he wants to do something good.
At the start of the film, that woman says, "Oh, you're hoping that you're going to spin the trigger enough times that you're going to catch a bullet."
Yeah, but even the
so every time he takes a job, he's hoping that this job will be his last.
Yeah, he wants to die.
He wants to die.
Also, not only that, the kids.
No, I think he survives.
It's symbolised that he wants to die at the end anyway, because as he's bleeding out, the vision of his kid kind of comes more into focus.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Gladiator, where like he has like that visionary of his family and everything.
I'm saying not only that, but
I'm
the film was meant to be like a redemption arc, because the kid says at one point, something like, I just see my dad just killing, taking all these lives and people's lives and stuff like that. And it's meant to be, he's thinking, all the lives I've taken, all the death I've had in my life, this is my chance to do one good thing and save a life instead of take it. Hence why he's like the chopper and he folds them off, because he's like, his mission doesn't become about saving his kid, because it gets to that point where he realizes they're not going to get money, but he's gone, I want to do this one, I want to save one life instead of taking all the time.
Yeah.
So like that does wrap it up. Whereas the reason why I say it a prequel, because I didn't just say that out of no reason. The reason why is because you could do something more. You could expand on something. For example, maybe not the kid, but the wife. Why did the wife leave or something? You could expand on even and have the other good actor involved a lot more, because he's not in it that much. But the one, the Hellboy one.
What's that?
Talk about them. Talk about the Hellboy one. Like, why? How did he save his life in the past?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you could have him in a lot more as well.
Yeah, you could have that. Yeah, you could have that, because obviously he owes him his life, apparently, doesn't he? So you could have that as a prequel. You could have it set literally just after his kid dies, and he throws himself into his work.
Well, yeah, like he sets it, like so it's set.
He's clearly got that down point in his life where he's taking all his jobs and he's putting himself at risk, hoping to die.
Right.
But the acting's good, the action's good, the story's meh.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched it or you're going to watch it, I'd recommend, like, personally, all 4 of us can recommend that you watch it.
Yeah, definitely recommend it.
It's definitely got that sort of, you're not going to be disappointed that you can watch it and you think, oh, this is 2 hours of my life. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, like, this is worth it.
It doesn't feel like 2 hours though. It goes by quick.
It doesn't. It's like I'd happily pay the £10 to £11 at cinema, depends on what cinema you go to watch it.
Yeah. Right.
That's my personal view. So yeah, it's worth a watch.
We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Mixed views. It's what we like, isn't it?
Desperate for a piss.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to smack that like button and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at If Toys Talk. We have a Twitch that is in the description. Not Twitch, sorry. We have a Twitter for the channel that is in the description. It's at HoldMyCape539.
Also, my Twitch and YouTube channels in the description.
Fuck's sake, man. So fucking don't forget me.
Yeah, basically all our social media will be in the description.
All social media is in the description.
Yeah.
But you got
links to our personal channels and stuff like that.
Liam, it was Liam Mook. I'm getting to you, dickhead.
Wait.
Simon, it was
Cyborg329.
Twitch. Oh, Twitch on YouTube, yeah. Get on for that hardcore GTA content, lad.
I still need to upload my next video for GTA.
What are you doing for Star Wars Day? Put it in the comments. What do you think of these films? Put it in the comments. Any ideas for future videos? Put it in the comments.
I'm in my garden
with a lightsaber.
With my Darth Maul lightsaber and be like,
yeah. Anyway.
Right.
That's Wookiee for my K.
Oh my K.